Okay, welcome everyone. Let me just quickly check some things. At some point during today, I'm going to have to jump off quickly to sort some things out. But other than that, ready to get into it. So, as we did the other day, I'm doing it game by game this time. So I don't know, I don't even see the length. So I have no idea who won. I've managed to avoid knowing who was interviewed or anything like that. And we'll just get into it. So, Nico, Talia, Rise, Varus, Azir, Pantheon banned. So in our games, we're seeing much more one team just banning the Talia as well, and then everything else is less high prio. So that'll be something to kind of think about coming into next week. Now we start doing a bit more serious things. Gwen is the first pick for Doran straight away. Traded for Annie, good blind pick mid with Talia gone because Ari and Azir gone obviously because Ari is not great in the matchup and it's exactly the kind of champ that they want, right? And it's going to be the Wukong Vi trade, very, very standard. Wukong Annie is the combo I think is good. And it's going to be like dive here and then split push pick probably on the side of T1. Is going to be the Galio as well, so this side lane, Doran in a side lane is starting to get very dangerous. That's going to be Jace in game one as an answer. Okay. So if Gwen gets ahead, I think that can be really rough with Vi around and Galio able to always push and move first. They get rid of Rakan for like Xayah Rakan, I guess, on 4-5. Poppy gone, good against Galio, good against Vi. So stuff like Jhin, I think is going to be quite useful. They do have enough damage with Annie Jhin, which is what we struggled with the other day, but I think it's because it was later on in Fearless, right? And there was less damage champs in other positions. Lucian banned as well. It can be just the Jhin, or it can be Rel with Alistar banned. Yeah, it could well just be the Rel, and then you're really threatening an MF on 5 as well. So if this is Jhin and I don't know, Nautilus, or what else you go here? Braum maybe. Maybe not with the Jhin, but is able to follow up and help all that, like all the dashes and stuff. And someone like Gwen really loves having a Jhin. Yeah, I prefer the Nautilus. And it is going to be the Kai'Sa to go with all the dive. I still think it can be MF as well. But a bit more standard. Okay. You want to have poke. I don't know if it's going to be AP Kai'Sa because you have double ADs. Like you have Wukong and Jace, so you can actually play AP Kai'Sa, which means later on, not at the beginning, but later on, it's going to be really the W is going to start stacking up. Okay. Oh, wrong one. There you go. So I think, I said this before, but I do think the way that T1 matches up against LPL teams quite often is quite good. They really play well with prio. They are unafraid to skirmish you, but they're also really decisive. And I think the advantage that LPL teams have versus LCK teams is just that split-second decisiveness, especially in fights. And I don't think you have that advantage against T1. They also punish a lot if you're looking for just random fights. So both wards down in the jungle, which means both junglers should know where the other team's pathing. Probably not a situation where anyone's going to be punished, but Doran is super low and has this wave in a quite awkward state. They blow his flash, but... Oh, the 2v2. Okay. So 2v2 goes even in bot lane. Top lane, we lose flash, and because of Vi's path, he actually can't invade. Especially because Rel is based, right? So if you invade here as Vi, then Rel's going to come back first. Oh, pause. Oh my god. Tarzan's just going again. And Rel has already covered the camp, so Rel is saying like, okay, they didn't invade. So he took so much time, and now the problem is that the roam came up from owner and carrier and they didn't get anything. So it might be double scuttle, but it might not even be that. It might literally just be that you don't get punished at all for this. Obviously, last time Tarzan played against T1, there were some double agent accusations. Oh, that's nicely set up. Shame that carrier gets the kill, but very nicely set up. Taunt, I mean, flash to get in range, but then also procs the phase rush, so that the W is going to be in range as the follow up, I think. So look, hit, and now because of the flash, he's in range. I don't know if he actually procs phase rush, but still, well set up. Doran feeling very aggressive here on this wave, feeling very aggro. There's not much they can do to punish him, I think, but if he jumps forward, and Doran is just gonna, I think Doran's gonna have a nightmare game potentially. They really need to try and punish this chase. They really need to try to get a dive on it, because here they just drop the wave. I mean, drop the plate. This is something we talked about yesterday. They just drop the plate because it's better for the tempo. Jace is going to be able to accept this wave, and they can't even dive him. Carrier back towards mid. And now the wave is bouncing back, and Doran's just going to get zoned. Oof, that's tough. I think the other thing they could do here is like Jhin comes to top lane, but then he's not in time for it, you know? Because Doran now knows that he can be frozen on. But the thing is, if Jhin goes top now, then it's just a bit too awkward because Doran just came top. And so instead they just say, okay, right, we're going to take Dragon, and Doran's going to be punished even more. 2 ganks before level 3, and then swapped on, and then frozen on. I mean, obviously the swap, him dying on the swap, on that push out was 100% his fault, I think. And now it's really tough. So here, instead, they crash, and Jace can't defend. So they take some camps as well. Ooh, but he sees the teleport, so he just instantly rushes forward. I don't like this teleport from Kyle. Because now Doran can just walk forward and 1v1 break the freeze, because you see the supporters left. Like, if you just teleport from behind base or something, that even is better. But here, like, I don't understand what... Are they really worried that he's just going to get insta dove again? I really don't like that use of the teleport. Oh, another pause. Okay. So, because of that, I mean, Flandre is able to get more CS. He's still ahead, but it is a big relieving moment for Doran to be able to actually just crash that wave in, because it's 1v1. Okay, they get the one grab.
very shy and had some problems with communication. And when Tarzan joined the team, he treated him like this younger brother, and since Tarzan's Chinese is so good, he really improved the communication there, and it's no wonder that those two have such good synergy within the game.
And they have become the best jungle support duo in the LPL. They have become incredible. And that is the fun, I think, of this Anyone's Legend team, where there's so many players with these improbable stories where it feels like, you know, they were overlooked or they were underrated or they were passed by other teams, by other players, and they've come together to be greater than some of their parts. Kyle here, potentially in trouble, is going to get hit by the deadly flourish. Hooks after, but it won't be more than just a trade there. Doran just fighting down here with Flandre, taking the worst end of these trades, just trying to stay relevant after these two early ganks that Tarzan used to put him quite behind.
I will say I am a little surprised rather to see AL so respectful towards the growth. This is an objective that this team absolutely loves. T1 though was able to get it pretty much uncontested. AL didn't put up much of a fight, instead they prioritized on farming through the jungle, wanting to work towards that first item. And as we were talking about in draft, when you see this AL comp, I feel like they spike so nicely on that first item.
Okay.
The malignants that we're expecting for Shanks, these champions
Jace gone back top lane. Game is still pretty even. It's gonna still come down to this thing that was same as we talked about. Like, if the dive comes through, if they're able to one-shot someone. But the problem is that I think T1's really big win condition was this Gwen being a threat on side lanes, and because she's so far behind, I mean, it's only 500 gold, but it's also like, wait, what, does Gwen TP already? Or did I just not see Gwen's portrait on the map on the top side? No, okay, I'm just blind. Okay, let's watch this slower. So
both top laners should have their TPs available.
Combo onto Hope, but he flashes out one way and then ults back the other way. So it actually doesn't even, the exhaust is gone and Owner is just dead. I think this is a mega wipe so Owner just gets split up here and like completely isolated. And why is he going that way? Do they not know that Annie and now they can peel back onto the TP. Tarzan gets a big ult on the back end, but does die for it. Doran almost cleans up because they didn't. I think if they just full turn onto Doran, he just dies. 2 for 2. I think T1 are very lucky to get 2 for 2 in that situation. Their whole engage dies onto Hope, and Owner just goes completely the wrong way. I think he just has no idea that Annie and... Because look, from his point of view, they don't see this, right? Because it's disabled. I don't know why it doesn't look disabled. But from his point of view, he sees Galio walk almost to the bush and then ult across, and it just gives you the impression of safety. But he has to walk this way around because he just literally walks headfirst into Annie and Wukong. And luckily, Annie doesn't have stun. Otherwise, he would just insta-die without even being able to use ult. And then here, I think if everyone just goes on the TP, with Tarzan's ult coming back up, but they want to go more. And because they spend so much time on there, Doran actually gets to run through everyone and not die, and also use his ult. Oh, nice dude. So I want to, this is the problem about doing, I mean, it's much easier for me. It's much more fun to do this, but like to see how you get to this situation, I think T1 just leg it all top, but this is the kind of plays that they do really well. So they're just, in this replay, they've just legged it all top. Suddenly you've got this situation where you have a 3, potentially 4-man play on top side that's not answered properly. So it's the cross map for the Dragon, but I think it's much better to get Gwen back in this game, and now suddenly Gwen is equal. And this is what we looked at the other day. This is what Chachi brought to the team, which I think is really good. Just drop the second Dragon, go for the top tower. Really, really good. Now only one objective away here from the upgraded boots. I think they're going to have their eyes on the Herald here, spawning in 50 seconds, which would get them the feats of strength. And all that focus of gold into Doran resulted in the ulti here on Kyle. Deadly flourish. Oh, the W misses? Oh my god, they just fully send it, even when the W misses. So opening with ult is so that this can follow up, but that misses because of the wonky Faker got instantly interrupted, but he's still there. And this is the thing, they're super decisive about when they can punish and when not. Because Doran is already coming. He's already moving across. And so they know this is a good window because Gwen will be there soon. And now they just give up top.
Shanks will try as he might. The rest of the members are coming in here from AL. Can they get anything back? The CC is layered. Shanks gonna fall.
And even with Tibbers, they trade the tower and the kill as well. And this is why they're so good, I think, against LPL teams. That they are so clear about when they can fight and when they can't. I do think they're still the best team in the world at this like strategy, like what we should do, and then they all do it. And sometimes they make the wrong decision, obviously, and a lot of times they just get a bit outplayed against teams like Gen.G, and they're read a lot better. But still, when they're on, this is what they're the best at. And now I think with this, the side lanes being stronger, they're up in gold across the board.
Supports play a vital role for both of these teams. But what's impressed me already in this game one is Carey has been involved in every single kill that T1 have been able to find. He has been leaving Guma isolated in a side lane so that he can roam around the map. He's been working closely.
So they take first tower for the dragon.
So far in this game, they've succeeded finding themselves with the 0-2-1 scoreline.
They drop their first tower for another first tower on the other, like another tower on the other side. Like they just keep the pace of the game up.
They were able to secure on the third dragon on the horizon. Both teams will be setting their sights and looking to grab that objective for themselves.
And it's not 5v5s, right? They had one 5v5 that I think they were lucky to be even in. And then it's just like, right, we're not matching you. We're going somewhere else, and then we're going somewhere else again. Like, we're just not matching. And that's why I think they're so good against the LPL.
20 seconds now until the dragon. And while AL have good vision control, it's T1 that have the pressure on the waves. Mid and bot have both been pushed in. Doran now making his way towards the river with the rest of his team. Shanks needs to go back to base, spend what gold he can, and now he's going to TP towards the middle lane. Going to pick up an amp tone, so a bit of extra AP is now the contest over this mid wave begins.
Yeah, he's sitting on 3 charges of his passive, so he can just shield in with the speed, look for the big stun play. The wards are there for T1 with the approach for AL.
And now he's going to TP towards the middle lane. Going to pick up an amp tone, so a bit of extra AP is now the contest over this mid wave begins.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sitting on 3 charges.
I think Carey just used heal so that he could get exhaust for this fight. If he can get a good exhaust on
The wards are there for T1 with the
either Annie or Wukong. Obviously, Wukong's the one that's much easier. Annie, you have to get before she presses R. They put the Herald down to mid, which takes the enemy off the dragon. Tarzan going very far forward to make sure that the Herald charges in. But he has to flash away from the hook.
Both teams posturing for position, but it is Faker on the side.
Faker's done a good job of keeping that bot wave push. Kyle goes in.
Kyle goes in. Carrier goes in. Galio ult completely splits up the fight, which isolates the Rel. And now the back end. Oh, it's going to be hard. Tibbers. Okay. That's why I said it's going to be hard. It's hard to dive that team, guys. Yeah, it's very hard to dive that team. And in that little choke, Tibbers just comes down. So instead AL are going to go for this, and I think T1 just push mid, but it's going to be covered. They don't commit too many resources for the dragon. 2 people versus 2 people in mid, so they probably can't take this tower. Carrier's going to be annoying with Smite, just to force them to be honest.
He finds himself in a 1v1. T1 trying to keep the rest of AL in the mid lane. Flash comes through from Flandre, forcing them back a little bit. But alright, a very tense affair between AL and T1.
Really good start, but they just go a little bit too far. With still so many tools up, and you go into this tiny narrow choke against Rel, Annie, Wukong. It's a nervous moment watching that.
Of course, Tarzan got his blown really early there as well, so the Wukong got reduced a lot.
Let me write down this second dragon situation from game 1.
Probably is one of the reasons why T1 did chase it so heavily.
Yeah, I mean, the fight start for T1 looked fantastic. The Galio ultimate hit onto like 3 members. I thought that once the engage from Kyle came through, Hope was immediately going to dive onto the back line. Tarzan was gonna come through. Again, we'll
What
get
am
a
I
chance
looking
to
for?
see
MSI review
what the
notes.
follow-through that comes from Faker as Kyle gets the engage. The immediate backline response. Hook connects onto Tarzan. 3-man knockup from Carrier. The follow-up ulti means that AL is completely separated from Kyle. But then as he flashes away. T1 overstep a little too far, and then Shanks drops the two-man stun. The Tibbers
I'm also going to use the. I'm going to make a presentation for the team, and I'm going to use this collapse, this first collapse. Can't remember what it was, as a good example of this.
On two sides of that large wall. Carrier even walking into the tower to try
They
and get
TP to
over
mid
to them, but that two combo
to make sure this tower goes down, I guess. I feel like it was going to go down anyway.
tower, though, in the aftermath, they
Okay.
still have their
Are they threatening the Atakan now?
on the map, so you have to believe they're going to rotate over, control the vision, and try and force some sort of face check.
Off the back of that fight, though, AL did claim the upgraded boots. T1, though, as they often do, starting up the Otacon here. Flandre is now in base, has the teleport available. Will AL get
Flandre has TP.
Shanks are trailing, and T1 is killing this fast.
He's going to TP further away. That's much better for Jace, obviously, so he can get some poke down. But they're doing it fast. Faker's on a nice flank. Shanks is getting all the way around. If Shanks gets around on the back line, that can be really big. Doran gets stunned. He has the W very early on. Starts the ult. It's just completely stolen. Galio is useless. Are they going to be able to clean up the back end still? Shanks with a nice flash. Oh, Doran's literally like, oh my god, how did they win the back end of this? I thought this was going to be horrible again. Well, Hope can maybe clean up the backside though. Oof, my goodness. So again, I thought actually the initial bit there was going to be bad, but when they all grouped up again, Tarzan gets the smite as well. But they just keep the pace up. They went a bit too far in one situation. Okay, fine. Like it's still the best thing to do for us to still the best thing to do for us to just force the next thing is what T1 think. They're going to be TPing back behind to try and get this shutdown.
TPing in with the Summoner spellbook here. Hope just going to try to turn around on Doran. Doran is getting very low to these minions. Has to be careful.
I don't think Hope actually dies here with. Oh, nice hook. Huge shutdown for Doran. He's literally going to go back and get another whole item, I think. Okay, so let's see this fight. So Doran's W has to go down really early. And the ult only hits one person. Then Owner tries to jump in, but I think the R was not timed particularly well, I think. I think you have to Vi R as well. Exhaust is really nice, and it looks like they're gonna win still, but then Hope is just like a DPS check. Hope has enough damage left, and they don't have enough to kill him.
Yeah, Hope made sure that Shanks was going to live after that one, chasing off the rest of T1. Guma had to retreat. Now, as we get back out into the action, though, we'll see about the reset. So many flashes blown in that last fight. There will be vulnerabilities here, so it puts so much importance on the vision setup. And right now, you can see Owner is moving in with Doran.
This could be spotted, and Tarzan looking here. Will they find the engage? Doran gonna have to try to kite back. Is gonna be knocked up by the Cyclone Shanks.
Oh, this W is so annoying for Annie. Oh my god. Gwen is immune. Okay, but the collapse, there's enough collapse. This wasn't a play that T1 were really looking for. They just wanted to clear the ward and leave. So this was not a good window, and AL punished really, really extreme, really quick.
Hope shines bright as T1 look for a pick onto Tarzan. The collapse.
I don't think T1 are looking there. I think they're going for that ward, and then the W from Doran makes it look like the start is much better, but the collapse is just much quicker. Yeah. Galio's bot with no TP, so he just can't be here. And Annie can't do anything. Now she can. So Tarzan dies. But it's just 5v3.
And you can see that Shanks was hesitant to drop his combo right from the start because of that Gwen invulnerability that she's provided. And that meant that because he hesitated so long, Doran was almost able to get away to safety. But as you said, Hope comes in just at the right time. And while the kills are very close, the gold is very close. All of the gold is basically sitting on Hope, as the rest of T1 will still find ways to navigate these upcoming.
So if they can get Kai'Sa, they win. Kai'Sa, no flash. Has the ult still. Vile into Galio ult onto Kai'Sa.
Ult and Nautilus ult are very good tools at trying to shut down that Kaisa. So we will be looking at Hope's flash, at Hope.
So these are good windows to fight for now. Tarzan no flash, Hope no flash. Even though there's no flashes on like Faker and Guma, it's much more important. Just whenever Hope's flash is down, it's a good window if you can find ways to get on him. And whenever you're trying to get on a backline carry, that means that AL have an advantage if they're the ones starting the fight. Because if they're starting, it's much harder for T1 to get onto the backline. They're doing Baron, guys. They're doing it, and they're going to just force you to come. And if you force Hope to come and Carrier gets a good ult, you can instantly turn. So still no flash on Hope. I think this is why they're doing the Baron. Can still go really horribly badly. They're just going to... Oh my god, they're jumping him, but he doesn't die. Doesn't even nearly die, guys.
They put as much CC down as possible, yet it is still not enough to take him down. He doesn't pick up a kill, but the rest of
How did he take so little damage? Like I wasn't sure he was going to die, but there was so much shielding there as well. They just finish it. Yeah. Okay. Game 1 done.
T1 got the early lead, but AL.
Welcome back for game number 2.
Okay.
Versus, unless you wanted to do some weird Poppy stuff and try and get 2-for-1 value there, because Poppy is another one of those.
So similar bans, still Varus, still Pantheon. Do they open something else up? Azir still up currently for T1. So they could ban something like Lee Sin if they're going to go Azir, and then they play like the Trundle. Now there is the Azir ban. So what are they going to take? When was last time? There's no Annie, but there's still Silas. Okay. Nico ban and then Lucian first pick. So there's Braum still, but if you blind Braum, then enemy gets a free lane with something like Rakan.
This would dissuade you a bit from picking the Xin in that case, because then Trundle is very good into Xin, and some of the AD jungles have been kind of whittled away here already pretty early on.
My instincts are that AL might just stand aside. Oh, okay. Could also be the early Yorick. We did see this come through in their series yesterday, I want to say.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big comfort pick for Flandre. In the matchup against Bin, he actually fell behind a little bit, but then he came back and had a huge impact later on in the game.
And so oftentimes you'll see either the Sion, Jax, maybe Cho'Gath into that one here. You could still do Renekton as well.
I think something like Jax is probably best into that. It's literally going to be blind Lucian Braum.
Which are two really stable, strong answers to the Aura.
I'm thinking about AL just locking something like a Rakan here as well.
I think you just lock Rakan on 3, don't you? I'm not that worried about this. Faker's Rise, which means they have... Okay. And it's going to be an instant Orianna counter. So both teams as well can still be playing on this first target. So Trundle obviously very good for it, but also the Lucian Braum, like you tag that one person and Rakan ban instantly. I think Rakan on 3, by the way, was much more dangerous than Orianna, but... And it is the Jax, because if you take Cho'Gath or something as a counter, enemy has Trundle. Is there another weird range support that you want to get rid of? Or okay. Which means like Leona is still up, but obviously is an absolute nightmare. You can't play Leona. You do play something like Karma, okay. Yeah, so with Trundle and Yorick, it's a good point. They have very little hard engage, which does make this like hitting one person more difficult. Zed, Neferi, Lee Sin, those kind of things are always really good against Trundle. And it is going to be the Renekton. I actually like T1's comp better, I think. I think on side lane, they can be really, really strong. I think this bot lane matchup can be difficult, and swaps are not the best, obviously, with Renekton. I don't think it's never easy to play a comp with low engage.
It's such a different draft than game 1 for both sides. Both sides are very low on hard engage. Last game, we had so many ways to start fights out. Nautilus, Wukong, all of these ways to full send it. This time, teams are going to have to be more creative. It's going to be about the setup. It's going to be about the angles of attack.
Yeah, Flandre so far this year. Of course, played it throughout his career, a very long career, but we'll get into it with game 2 being so important.
Jumping into game 2. Keeping an eye on early vision, always super important. You'll notice Flandre making his way towards the bot lane will drop the ward for his bot laners. AL, though they have solid range, against the Brawn in the early skirmishes, you have to be extremely careful.
Okay. After this game, I'm going to quickly need to do a add mini type thing, and then we'll go on to game 3.
Doran being very sneaky here will net them a little bit of additional information that AL is not wise to.
Sneaky Doran. Oh, classic.
Okay, so probably going to see a bunch of swaps for T1, I think, because this lane should be very difficult.
Still seems interesting to me. Like, it doesn't quite compute in my brain that these T1 players are now such veterans of international play because every time they show up, they have such deep runs.
Exactly. They've created such a large fandom with everyone really following the long journey that they have had. The journeys for the junglers in this game are both going to be top towards that bottom. Of course, the deep ward that we saw placed up by the Raptor pit will alert T1 to Tarzan's pathing.
Exactly. I'm curious as to how Ona will respond.
Now, Faker in this lane, once he gets some mana, once he gets a couple of levels, will be able to get, like, force the prio.
So T1 will push in mid and top. On the bot side of the map, it is skirmishing carrier that are being put underneath their tower.
Doran gets pushed in. Lee Sin pathing towards prio. He is therefore vulnerable to being invaded, but
As a player playing with Uzi, and as a coach, has had more success, much more success.
I mean, 7 and 9 versus T1 is better than almost anyone does. This is a team that just wins time and time and time again.
I will say I like what Tabe has cooked up for AL. Doran looking for a trade once more against Flandre. The back and forth between the two top laners is they're left isolated. Keep my eyes on the junglers. The full clears are about to complete, and here we go.
Owner is heading down with Tarzan in the area as well. Both junglers will spot each other. Boom, a nice little trade here onto Hope. Owner's trapping Tarzan on the other side as Carry goes forward. Can't connect.
okay. So 1v1, but Lee Sin loses that, it seems. I guess he had Q down.
We have to respect that trundle, so he's going to be able to finish off this one. Owner actually going to make a pass through mid lane while Tarzan actually finishes
Owner runs through mid to play for the second.
Should be fine there. Then the option usually for the trundle is try and just place down a trigger ward by Raptors.
Second grab.
So you can be there for
So
the second
grab.
timer, because trundle is so
Second
good for
Raptors.
1v1s and in
Hey,
phase.
Saucy.
Lee Sin, of course, with the mobility, gets to choose
Okay, I
on
failed it
the
again.
fight that you take. Flandre low under tower.
The other grab. Nope. Still wrong. I give up. I mean, that was a bit too easy, but I think when you're stacking up this wave here, like, I don't think... Well, let's look back.
Usually for the trundle, it's will be able to just back it off. It will mean settle control on the bot side for AL. Yeah, really have to respect that trundle. So he's going to be able to finish off this one. Owner actually going to make a pass through mid lane while Tarzan actually finishes
I think
the scuttle crab, running up to the second one, so he doesn't get scuttle crabbed here.
he can just reset
Usually for the trundle is try and just
and
place down a
be
trigger
defending this wave.
response, so you can be there for the second timer, because
He does reset now,
1v1s and in phase. Lee Sin, of course, with the mobility, gets to choose
and he's going to be able to come and play on this next wave. Trundle is here to protect, but this one, he's just... They have really quick, like, a really quick play. I do think Trundle could be here, though. Like, they block... They block the situation where I can see it, but I really think Trundle should have been there for that.
Tarzan was able to get an earlier base off, but I mean that was a consequence of shanked. He gets very low, sidesteps nicely, though, gets away to safety. Phase rush helping him out with that one. But yeah, I mean, not more else to say really on that top side play. Doran now going to be sent towards the bot side of the map. He's going to mention the Ezreal's Flandre's wave in a very awkward spot. The question mark game coming through from AL on that top side. They're expecting the swap to come through, and his wave is just in a very dangerous position because of
Okay, TP back to mid.
And this is the benefit they get. They pull off that dive on top side. They had the crash wave, so Flandre had to TP immediately back up to try to
But with...
Guma shows up alongside Carrier, and we'll see if they can actually hold this wave off the tower. Looks like Guma does want to thin the wave and potentially threaten that freeze.
Like,
Meanwhile, it's just going to be the rotation over.
you also can be protected on that wave, right? So, like, either works. I think just it's... I don't know if Flandre's playing as if, like, you could be protected, and Tarzan's playing as if he doesn't need to be. Because, like, he can recall earlier, be their top, and then use his extra tempo after the clear rather than to walk forward and hit this plant and then recall with a slightly deeper ward. He can recall and be a little bit ahead of this wave, be here to block this, and then do his thing. Especially considering they know where Lee Sin's going, right? That's why it feels always a bit weird. Like, we knew this, we knew it was here, guys. Okay. Shank's going to recall and TP. And now they do the swap. Because swaps, like we said, if you're playing against, like, Ezreal Palmer, that's one of the reasons you can swap. Like, if you want to swap for a freeze, you swap for objective, or you swap to get out of a bad lane state, or to punish a bad lane state from the enemy. So much better for T1 to just keep the swaps up so that they don't... Even though, obviously, Renekton is a little bit worse in swaps, but it looks like it's going to be 1v1, in which case, actually, Ezreal is in danger.
And because they've got the early support rotation here, Carrier rotating over since Karma was showing so much in top side of the map. They know they've got it locked down.
It's going to be Dragon.
Similar to what we saw in game 1. Someone able to secure that first dragon as well.
Game 1 was really good, so I hope this series is good. I hope it's not just a 3-0. Because it also could be with these teams, you know? It's not that one team's going to fall apart, but it's like every game is going to come down to like one or two very aggressive decisions. Okay. And now they also punish on this freeze. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. Let's find out where it happens. I'm not a big fan of Ezreal going bot here. Oh, he's already TPing. Does he TP first? Is that why they TP Renekton into bot lane? So, no, okay, yeah. Yeah, so like, I think already this kind of swap is weird. And the fact that Flandre is TP to top, he's going to get punished on this slow push. This lane is pushing back, and it's going to be difficult. So Karma comes up to help him push this in, but you now are in a situation where you're losing both side lanes, because I think you probably are losing into the Lucian Braum, or you can be losing both side lanes, I guess I should say. And Ezreal is losing into Renekton, rather than just losing one of the side lanes. So with the bot push, they can take the dragon, and then they push through mid and just run to top. And on this freeze, like, Kyle just doesn't want to just sit there trying to protect Yorick. Yeah, and he like wants to get to help Ezreal again and be a bit more aggressive, but the wave's just not in the right state for it. And now Flandre's dead again. And Maiden dead as well from like level 6 Maiden 2. They can't punish this. The 2v2 is just better. I think this lane assignment is just really bad. I think you want the normal 2v2 and you want the normal 1v1 if you're AL.
There's been a lot of talk about Faker and his laning phase not being as strong as it has been in the past, but this guy knows how to win games. He's always in the right place at the right time, doing whatever it takes to enable his teammates to get the win.
Very active for T1, making plays on both sides of the map.
And now again you've got the wave pushing back, but this time you have the right assignment. But the stronger that the fighting lane gets, it's always better. You know? Hey, Rocker. Tarzan's going to try and force this. Let's slow this one down in case it becomes a big fight. Kerry gets a nice E to block a bunch of the damage, but now it's on cooldown. Ryze gets one. And the spread here is really annoying. Ona goes in and out. Oh, if that stun hits. If just one more auto goes onto Tarzan, he just dies there. Shockwave flashed. Oh my god, they're so almost just wiped this whole fight, T1, I think. And Doran roamed across. He didn't TP. So he makes a play on that side. And then he can TP bot lane. Faker's TP is coming back up soon as well. Yep, he gets one. He's going to have the W. Yep, massive. And now Ryze is going to go bot to pick up as much of the wave as he can. He ults. 2 plates for that trade. And they got 2 of the grubs. And that fight almost went much worse, I think. I think if one more auto comes down on Tarzan, he dies, and then you can play the back end much more aggressively. No, I don't know the result. I don't even know how many games. So we're doing it rather than one big one. We're doing it game by game. And I think now my YouTube has realized. And so the next VOD is the next game. So I don't even know like how long is left on the stream. And I didn't see who Cadril interviewed, if he interviewed anyone. So I'm fully blind finally. That's a strange sentence to say.
Significant gold lead, even though he gave up some plates in CS on the bot side to make that move. He's been put in a position to succeed here, and the pressure will be on him to do so.
Yeah, meanwhile, into the side lanes here for Faker, for Ryze. Comfortable position as they have Keria kind of rotating over. There's plenty of vision for Shanks, so it shouldn't fall under any pressure, but is going to start to be fairly difficult for AL as they move in and get those deeper wards through the jungle. Owner now going to replace some of his own.
Area sitting on that spellbook ghost. Could give him an opportunity to go a little bit more aggressive if he sees one. But for now, both
thanks.
tend to just continue farming here. And T1 does feel like they're in much better position around this dragon. They have the vision control in the river, but AL does have a couple of deep wards. So we'll at least be able to spot a potential approach from T1 if they go for it.
Oh no, with the Sundered Sky finished means that he is so strong on this Lee Sin. Notice that he's just abandoned his top side.
Tarzan playing top side. Doran just has to chill.
Spotted on the top side as well. There should be an uncontested dragon that T1 will start immediately. Good vision coverage.
So second dragon. This time they don't cross map the second dragon. So this is a really good defensive play, I think. Because rather than just hard pushing onto like Ori or something, they okay, now they also go into Ori as well. Really well played. I mean, it's just literally like 1 or 2 decisions from the last game, by the way, and that game also would be really one-sided, and T1 are looking really, really, really good. And again, I do think it's better against... Yep. As always, it's good against LPL teams. But if you're off it for like 1%, like one decision, AL punish you so quickly. We've seen that already. I think here the lane assignment for AL was really didn't get them into a good state.
Side jungle. He has nearly a full level over Tarzan right now on this Lee Sin. He's continuing to ramp up. And it feels like that as we get closer to this Herald, this third dragon, T1 can just force these fights that AL is not strong enough to contest just yet.
They absolutely will, and they already have the feats of strength, have those upgraded boots through here for T1. A lot of magical footwear though, so not a lot of value grab from it just yet. But will be coming through soon, you have to think, as Tarzan in the area, trying to see if Doran would go too aggressive. But Owner and Carrier are here as well. Tarzan will spot them. Kyle there, trying to keep him safe. Tarzan now is the target, will be able to back up. Nice pillar, finds some time, as Carrier will pop his barrier there with the spellbook and stay safe.
I feel like with these compositions and with the early lead that T1 has,
I love the supports having barrier, it's so fun.
Because AL have so few ways of actually forcing the issue in their favor or actually choosing the moment.
Okay, Rise is vulnerable here on the long lane.
Who is in some trouble? He's gonna go for the realm war. Can he actually interrupt it? He cannot. Doesn't have his cage available. You can bump him with the edge of it, but didn't have it up. Baker gets out to safety, but nice job by Flandre. Getting some pressure down. The true shot barrage will not interrupt him, but you can see Tarzan here to back him up. Carrier though, again, always covering the side lanes.
Yeah, Carrier, another shadow here, but the ghouls are
Oh my god.
Oh, Tarzan behind him now.
He's dead.
The TPs are coming in. Tarzan has his eye on it up. Baker gets by Flandre, getting some pressure down. The true shot barrage will not interrupt.
Maybe he doesn't die on the back end of this, I'm not sure.
Carrier, though, again,
And here you just sort of get trapped in a bad lane assignment, and this happens, right? Like the most important thing when you're thinking about where we open is actually like resources, and then it's matchups. Carrier dissuades with the ult. Shanks is getting absolutely... Oh my god. Was that a tower shot? How did he just get one shot at the back end of that? Yeah, he's tanking tower, okay. And now Doran on the back side of this is also going to pick up, I think, Flandre. Or maybe not, okay. Trundle too much. Owner gets one. Flandre's still got passive, so he's going to get a second one. Carrier's going to live as well. Oh, up! Owner! Triumph! T1 just clean up that whole fight.
The collapse from T1 left AL in ruin. They lose 4 members in
Flandre summons the wife before the pocket and sand expires.
Oh,
what? Because 3 more ghouls jump. That's a good point. So Shira on YouTube was saying if you Flandre hits the E, so that means any ghouls that are there are going to jump on Faker. The 3 ghouls or 4 ghouls or whatever he had already jump on him and do a bunch of damage, but then he doesn't summon the maiden and until now, and now the E is worn off, so these 3 ghouls don't jump on Faker. And I think you're right. I think he would actually die here. There is heal and barrier and stuff like that. Not barrier. Locket. Shanks tanking this tower is an absolute tragedy, and if the tower had taken 1 more damage, Shanks would live, and I don't think Doran kills him on the back end if he doesn't take that last massive tower shot. And now Carrier and Owner. Double buff Lee Sin plus a Braum just tagging people to give him stuns. Maiden's still doing a lot of damage.
Small thing, but a critical one. Flandre didn't focus down the tower when Shanks arrived. So when Doran stunned and the tower was on him, the tower bot lane lived with like 10 HP down there. So that got so much extra damage to help Doran knock Shanks down immediately.
Yeah, there's like 2 tower shots with the tower on 10 HP, and that swings the fight. That's like hundreds of damage. They're going to get the 3rd dragon as well.
The silver lining to that tower not going down earlier, they've got objective bounties on it, so they can hope to try and get an objective bounty on that tower standing there.
Look at that thing, it's going to die.
25 HP.
He is, but Hope is here, as is Tarzan. Owner should be fine here. Realm War coming through. Baker fostering aggressively, but Tarzan trying to turn the damage down.
Ooh, kick into 2. Shockwave misses. I mean, not misses, but doesn't do as much as he would want. Trying to see what's going on at ×2 on these fights is a bit too ambitious for me. I'm sure some people can do it. I cannot.
That T1 is recognizing the strength of their composition. It's good at skirmishing. That was a 2 versus 3, and they just went in. They know that in these smaller fights is where they can really outplay their opponents and get the better when it comes to the damage. And AL, when it does extend into these bigger fights, it's not like it's a straight up 5v5. It's like a 2 versus 3 that then turns into another 3v3 because someone ends up falling. The tower will finally go down. AL's first of the game. They get a bit of gold back, but it's still a 3.5k gold advantage for T1.
Okay, still really good game state for T1, obviously. 3 dragons and the gold lead. Barrier down. Kerry is quite far forward, but he does get out with flash. So now it's just playing 3 minutes, denying stuff, making sure we get our item spikes, making sure we're ready for soul. 2 items on Faker now, who's very strong. All these little skirmishes are really good for T1, but I think actually now the 5v5 also is good. And there's no real like engage still for what, 2 towers or something. Jesus. They're gonna have such a gold lead by the time this dragon comes out. Oh, Faker too far forward. Shockwave stops him.
So the mid laner finally falls, and AL claw back a bit of gold, but T1 have already extended that lead after taking so much in the middle lane. Top tower still relatively healthy. Guma pushing in another wave in mid. Archon about to spawn on the top side of the rift. AL gonna look to recall, but we know T1, they are not afraid to force this objective.
And critically, Faker didn't waste the flash here. He knows he's gonna have that available for the next dragon fight for these big objective fights, and T1 are not even gonna wait for the dragon.
Oh my god, they just one-shot this.
We'll see if they can find their way in. Carrier
Faker can TP. Really nice position from Carrier. Faker on the backside. I think they killed them all here. And this is just... Okay, there's no shockwave, so we just insta do the Atakan as soon as we're alive.
Trying to corral Hope here. Hope looking to try to make an outplay. Shanks on the side. Faker flashes in. He takes him out just as his teammates do.
Really like this. Write it down.
T1 get an ace, and they're going to claim the Otacon.
They may lose owner, but
So obviously they're ahead already. But the other thing is that it's just, okay, right, someone died, and that seems bad. But they also used tools to kill him. Like, if Ori has shockwave here, I think maybe they do it anyway. But I think they don't. I also think it's worse if they do. Carrier's in a perfect position. It's a 2-man ult, but then his shield is just blocking so much. And Shanks doesn't have ult here. And they just know, like, on the back end, they'll be able to, like, finish it. So, again, just really understanding the windows, really understanding... They force a fight in a good situation, knowing the back end will be good because they've got people to come. Thanks. Good luck in your exams when they do happen. And that's going to be so obnoxiously good for so many people on their team. Oh my god, it does. They're going to get collapsed on. I'm not sure how many games there is. The downside of that is that I only have another... Probably don't want to take too long, you know? And so if there's 5 games, I need to make sure I go through them quick. If there's only 4, then I'm assuming T1 win this.
Showing up, taking down towers, forcing objectives. You have to think for AL, it's got to be some sort of a Baron flip or a prey for the Elder. But the problem is the Elder's still so far away, and T1 are going to look to attack the Baron first. It'll be very difficult for them to approach.
Completely agree. Faker going to continue to catch lanes in a side wave and tip over to level 16, now on the rise. This pick was really important in the early game, getting T1 those early advantages, both Faker and Owner working together, but also just how T1 was playing the map. When something was happening top lane, something was also happening in the bot, making it impossible for AL to really cross map at any opportunity. Right from the start, T1 have had vice grip over this game, and they have not relieved that pressure as AL get closer and closer to the Baron spawn.
Yeah, they've been incredibly proactive, looking their best here. Owner making huge plays, often at the same time as Faker making plays on the other side of the map. And now that they have this control, this lead, with the extra speed of the Cloud Soul, you make it so hard for AL to even keep up in resources, because they have to use the safety of their towers to catch these waves. T1 can just completely take over your jungle.
Very aggressive flash there from Carrier, but he will now swap it over to that spellbook smite. So could look for an angle on the Baron here with the double smite to try to secure it. And I think that's why he was so loose with the spending of that summer spell.
Baron spawns, and T1 will not waste any time. Just like the Otacon, they're going to start the objective off, put the pressure onto AL once more.
It is spotted immediately, but AL gonna have to try to get over here in a hurry. Tarzan has no flash, which will be critical. Can he even get there in time? It doesn't look
Okay, I don't think there's anything I can do about this.
He wasn't even there. T1 claim the
With no flash as well. It's up now, but it wasn't.
The Cloud Soul here going to pay dividends. As you can see, Owner running through the jungle. They're going to force out the defensive TP. Owner now turning back with Doran. He's going in on Tarzan. Goes out to try to kick Tarzan away, but he wasn't even there. T1.
I think he gets the Maiden as well, which is less annoying than it used to be, but still annoying. Level 2 ult.
The chase down. The Cloud Soul here going to pay dividends. As you can see, Owner running through the jungle. They're going to force out the
He's
defensive
TPing.
TP. Owner now
Okay,
turning back
defensive
with Doran.
TP.
He's going in on Tarzan. Tarzan is
Oh my god, that carrier ult.
as Hope is knocked up by Carrier, but it's Gumayushi now firing. Gumayushi dashing forward, trying to pump the damage in. Doran and Carrier are low though. AL will survive the onslaught and back off.
The shockwave from Shanks was good, but he just doesn't have the damage to do anything significant in the fight. It did slow down T1 a little bit, allowing for AL to escape. But T1 continue with their relentless pressure, and Faker back to pushing in the bottom lane.
Honestly, right now, AL, they needed to send multiple people into one area of the map, but they're going to look for Doran. He's got his flash, so it should be fairly difficult to catch him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's really much of an opportunity to do anything. T1 pushing on the other side, looking for the last of the outer tier 2s here. Carrier steps forward and just pushes Shanks back. Pops the barrier with that summoner spellbook, just constantly rotating through these spells. You can see Doran just fighting here on the side. Tarzan will be able to get the blue buff, but will he be able to actually get out the safety?
I mean, Doran's just pressuring them 1v2, and Owner's coming down.
Seems to have overstayed his welcome, has no flash, and looks like there is no way out whatsoever.
All these in.
Yoink, thank you very much. And yeah, what we're seeing is because there's not a lot that AL can do from behind with this composition, and so the little rotation over with the extra speed from the Cloud Soul, another pick for T1.
Yeah, I mean, if you are an AL fan, don't look at Guma's items. Just avoid eyes from that area of the map because this man is monstrous right now. He is extremely fed, and if things went dire before, with diamondization like that, it feels more than dire now. Elder spawning in 55, and you have to imagine the team will continue to do what they've done throughout this series. Objective spawn, objective start.
Yeah, immediately, no reason to hesitate. And honestly, Vegas, if you are an AL fan, probably start visualizing the next games.
Yeah, there's a lot of places you don't want to look. You know, the 2-level lead for Faker, the additional item for him, the additional item for Owner. I mean, they're ahead everywhere, not to mention the Cloud Soul, which is going to make it incredibly difficult to escape a losing fight here. As Gary, again, just posturing so aggressively, always stepping forward in the face there of Hope and the rest of AL. Just trying to
Should be fairly easy for them to close out this game. They're going to play 2 waves
Elder start here for T1, but Tarzan critically has no flash, so
with the Baron. Make sure they have full control for Elder. Probably play these waves quite
Hope doing what he can to chip away at the HP bars.
aggressively, then back off for the Elder.
For his how little AL can see on the map. The Elder will begin. The
They do it so fast.
try and force their way into the river.
They have to just full send it. This is the hope. The Elder Dragon fight.
Carrier slows them down.
but T1 eyes on the Elder. They have
Now they get the Elder as well, and Doran's on a really nice flank. He's gone a bit far, but oh, he's got the Sterax. Yeah. Faker and Guma are just going to kill them all on this backside. Yeah. Really nice game. Like I said, I think the lane assignments were not great from AL, and I think they gave way too much up for that. But then just T1, as always, like just punishing mistakes from the enemy really well. Okay, game 3. Oh wait, I'm gonna let the draft play out while I quickly need to do something on the other screen. So I'm not gonna. What's Faris?
This does mean that the Nico is available for T1. We know that Carrier is an avid Nico player, and without any hesitation, they're going to grab that. And there's the Rumble. Sorry, the Jarvan. My brain was already thinking a step ahead. Like Rumble right now seems like the prime combination, a wombo combo in the making for T1.
Exactly. Already, Jarvan and Nico, pretty good combo together themselves. But the Poppy here trying to block some Jarvan shenanigans.
Nico uniquely powerful in the meta because not only are you a lane bully, but you also still bring that explosive engage, and no other champions really do that right now.
Definitely true. One of the few range champions that really gets tons of priority. But there we go. We break up that Rumble combination with the Jarvan, snagging it away.
I wonder if
Maybe that'll be like an Ornn for Doran then, I'm guessing, because Galio's already out. So T1, that would be like the next possible answer into a Rumble usually.
as well.
Yeah.
Could just go something safe if they want just that tanky front line on the top side. You did mention the Ornn, both very viable options into the Rumble.
This is the counter matchup that Whippo spoke about, wishing that he had actually, let through the Rumble earlier in their match and tried to bring out this Ornn. So we'll see, how he's going to be able to actually perform on it. Doran very solid on these tanks and can be quite a good matchup.
T1 though quick to remove the Poppy. You've already seen how many dashes are coming through from the side of T1, and they do not want to have to deal with that. The disengage that Poppy provides against this much engage as well is good to be rid of. AL, you imagine that the AD carry pool will be their direction. Maybe a Misfortune could be a good ban. Zaya potentially as well. Corki going to be the one to make its way onto the list.
Yeah, Corki burst damage there, along with the definitely very potent there with the Nico. Honestly, so many options down there. there, but we're whittling away at a lot of these engaged champions. Silas gonna get taken off.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Lots of good ults to steal
Yeah,
already.
a lot of really good ultimates to steal, especially Nico. We've seen Silas's have huge impact in the draft, especially. Other AD carries that they could consider. I mean, we already mentioned the Misfortune, Zaya, maybe Senna for Gumayushi, but you wouldn't typically pair it up alongside the Nico. They're thinking more team fight, and so they want to take the Civet away. This does mean that Gumayushi still has a lot of options available to him. And we've talked a lot about the Wombo combo potential. Aurora fits neatly into this comp.
Caitlyn, always an option for Guma as well as you get deeper and deeper into
Quite right.
Fearless. And definitely could go for one of those pushing lanes.
Kalista, too, everyone's favorite.
He said the word!
Everyone's favorite if you're an AL fan. You know? Definitely, that pick has not done very well at MSI, 0 and 10. It's actually the losingest champion of all time.
Losing
Yeah.
that is a beautiful descriptor.
I think
The champion with the most games played ever in MSI history without getting a win.
That's crazy.
Okay,
The previous record was actually Malphite at 0 and 8. Kalista 0 and 10 now.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I'm
That's a
done.
fun
Right.
fact. Thank
It
you,
is a
Zale.
fun fact. Not for the Kalista
So-
player, but for everyone else.
I do love this this Aurora takeaway as well for T1.
Let's look at it.
So good on it, Flandra as well. And they're
So
gonna opt- okay,
in the end, it's
take my Aurora.
well, okay, right. So they swapped sides already, so that mixes things up.
Yeah.
That is a
Varus'
beautiful
first pick.
descriptor.
I think
The champion with the most games played ever in MSI history without getting a win.
That's crazy.
The previous record was actually Malphite at 0 and 8. Kalista 0 and 10 now.
Wow.
Yep.
That is a fun fact. Thank
It
you,
is a
Zale.
fun fact. Not for the Kalista players, but for everyone else.
I do love this this Aurora takeaway as well for T1. Shanks has been so good on it, Flandra as well. And so they're just gonna opt, okay, fine. You take my Aurora, now I'll take the Victor that you spammed so much.
I will say that you've got a Victor and a Varus into Jarvan. That does make me worried for AL. It's so much lockdown on the side of T1. If those flashes are not available, well, you saw the hover. You all saw it.
Wait, you guys don't want T1 to lock Kalista?
Definitely not going to be the case, but this team comp is so well set up for a Misfortune that you mentioned way earlier. This Wombo combo, they have so many avenues for engage. And as you're rightly pointing out, these carries on AL do not have any safety. They do not have any dashes or even that much peel on their team. So this definitely looks like it is going to be dangerous for Shanks and Hope as far as their positioning.
Here's what we'll say. Game 2, we didn't get really any engage. Game 3, we've now doubled down, and we've got double the amount of engage across the board. Leona, Xin, Varus Ultima, Rumble to follow up on the engages. You've got Jarvan, you've got Ornn, you've got Nico, along with the follow-up from both the Aurora and MF. It is an
Sorry, got other things. Okay, sorry, I'm back now. We're in.
As
Right.
well, as you get deeper into Fearless, and definitely could go for one of those pushing lanes.
Kalista, too, everyone's favorite.
He said the word.
Varus first pick with Rumble available as well, and not
That pick has not done
taken
well
into
at
it.
MSI, 0 and 10. It's actually the losingest champion of all time.
Very interesting. So you give Varus and Rumble, you get Nico
The champion with the most games
and
played in
Jarvan
MSI history without getting a win.
with the four kind of
The previous
best gone, but already Jarvan has two good people. But I think you could also go Nico Rumble. Maybe you start to have too much AP. Then in terms of bans, yes, good obviously to get rid of the sides when you have Ornn and Nico. Poppy also obnoxiously good against Jarvan. And good in top against Ornn too. Not that many people do that, but obviously when you've got Chachi, you always got to think about it. More dive from Guma. Not Guma, but Aurora.
Wait, you guys don't want T1 to lock Callista?
I actually prefer like Neela or something, then an MF for sure, then Callista. Okay, good. Thank God. So, bunch of engage, bunch of wombo combo. Still going to be probably that same thing that we talk about a lot. T1 have this kind of shotgun composition, so if they need to make sure that the first phase of the fight goes well for them. If the first phase, that engage, doesn't go well, the back end of the fight probably gets cleaned up by AL. So it's all going to be about this engage. If the engage is good, they might just wipe them. If the engage is bad, not so much.
Both teams with the opportunity to move to match point here. All tied up 1-1. AL versus T1 absolutely delivering. The winner will move on, of course, to face against Gen G in the grand final tomorrow for a chance at taking the MSI title.
And either way, that will be hype. We'll get a follow-up on a full 5-game series.
Worth noting, Hope is going to be playing Poke Ferris here. Does have the comment, so will not be playing on hit.
Will make it a little bit harder to get through this Ornn, but AL also have multiple damage threats. When you think of Jarvan, sure, if he gets onto a virus, he can do a lot of damage, but Xin Zhao, I feel, provides so much threat onto the backline as well. When you pair that up with things like a Rumble, high AP damage on the top side, the Victor scaling in the late game, AL, a lot of power in that composition.
You can see AL, all of the players' records here against T1. Shanks actually with the highest win rate, only having played against them in this series. His first time getting to play against his idol faker, who he met earlier at the event. They got a photo together. You could just see how ecstatic he was to have a picture with the GOAT.
No, and we were joking earlier about how, for so many teams around the world, if they could have the opportunity to beat T1, it would be like getting revenge, because they've just been at so many internationals, they've knocked out so many different teams, they've stopped so many players. AL, a big one for so many of these individuals is already skirmishing the bot line 2v2, the range advantage going the way of T1.
Yeah, I mean, Carry has been so good with the Nico. And with the power of the early MF here, they get the health lead, they get control of the minion wave for pushing for level 2.
I just love Carry using the heal there, not only for the early HP, but also for the move speed, actually sidestep that piercing arrow from Hope. So a very health positive trade from Carry there, using that summoner level 1.
Wow, Faker also pushing early here on the Aurora, all that burst damage with the electrocute available.
Nope, not been spoiled. Not at all. I don't know who wins. I don't know how many games there are. I don't know who managed to avoid interviews or anything like that to see any advantage. Any advantage? Any spoilers?
Owner on the ward on Raptor, so they know he's on the bottom side. So Tarzan as well revealing on the Raptor ward. It means both these mid laners have full information.
Faker's gonna be so careful. One more spell and Shanks could flash in and try to get that solo. Faker does level up to 3, but as you said, it's gonna be very difficult in these range matchups.
Faker getting bodied in this early lane.
Really can bully out. It's very difficult for Faker to actually close the gap, but Shanks is low on mana.
Shanks knows the
On this
limits.
blind pick Aurora.
Deny on the cannon at least though. Oh, and at least the crowd reaction.
Okay, even just from that one good trade, it's going to be more like equalized out.
Clean it up.
And it is so important when you're in a tense situation like that. All of these dodges that Faker's having, if one of those lasers hit, he could have maybe threatened 4 and all in. Tarzan now trying to push Owner out here as the bot lanes are getting involved. Great sidestep from Owner. Avoids that Zenith play, but now Guma is the target. Will KO flash in? He is going to. There's the flash. There's the first blood.
Oh my god.
Claims it. Guma got sectioned off for the rest of his team. And now Faker
How has that happened? Like, they're just trying to find... Oh,
getting 4 and all in.
okay.
Tarzan now trying to push Owner out here as the bot lanes are getting involved. Great sidestep from Owner. Avoids that Zenith play, but now Guma is the target. Will KO flash in? He is
They
going to.
just...
There's the flash. There's the
Yeah.
first blood. It's Hope that claims it. Guma got sectioned off for the rest of his
They need to play with push with this kind of lane. And it's not quite crashed into the tower.
Those 3v3s on the bottom side can still also
flash in. Barrier gonna be forced
Oh.
there. Will survive.
Yeah, Carry using his flash as well. So many summoner spells down here on the bottom side of the map. Definitely expect junglers to revisit. And currently, I see a Xin on my screen.
They're looking. No one's fooled by that minion. It's gonna give you extra gold. They're locking him down, and they are knocking him down. 300 gold from a minion.
I mean,
Tarzan is doing so much work.
this is wild. Tarzan has made so many early gangs work in this series. But I think that skirmish, like, you can't... You can win the skirmishes, but you have to have played with the big wave first and with the fact that you get push.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, those bot lane skirmishes can snowball so heavily. You know, Carry going for that flash play onto Hope and then falling in the aftermath as just a little bit of an extended trade. During these support recall timers, is going to be Carry returning first, but he's on vision.
Faker tag there, as he did go into stealth. Tarzan around, so Faker will not chase any further.
I think he's looking for a steal away on those Raptors at the moment. Tarzan going to start them out very quickly here. Should be able to finish
Tarzan can get the Raptor steal.
Owner gonna be able to
Really
follow
nice.
behind Faker here. Pings onto Faker. Will he be able to retreat out to the side? Does
Faker's
have
in not a good position for the wave. He's going to just run back across and get his own Raptors as well. So we'll see what happens with this bot. And that, I mean, like, now the bot lane is much harder than it was. When you don't have summoners, it's always annoying for the team that doesn't want to fight.
So
in those lane phases.
First there to actually pull it. Tarzan in the area though. Andre
So
is
they're
up
going to
on
pull it
top.
and just go, even though Faker's really, really low.
Really gonna help him out as he collects those through the river. So Doran can now
Here comes
Okay,
Doran.
it's because Doran's just... How is Doran's just here?
Is still quite low.
honey fruit.
Is gonna be
Okay, so Doran just
Push him back. That is even
went bot, and he's going to do that same thing that we've talked about before. He comes to the dragon, and he can TP back to the top lane. And he's actually... I don't think they've seen him this whole time, which is why AL are, like, posturing. And now they see.
Can now
Here comes Doran
And
with
Varus no flash. Flash ults. Oh, it's an insanely good combo.
beautifully done by
And now he just TP's back top. Job here is done.
knocks him up again. He's gonna TP right back up to topside. But
That's,
Monster's gonna TP down if they want to continue to contest.
Again, they play their windows really aggressively and well. So they're going to swap now.
dodging on his ultimate.
But the swap is good for
Just nails
Ornn,
it there,
normally.
taking out the extra kill before
Obviously, he doesn't have ult, but...
I love this plan from T1, and the TP back to top lane means that Doran
Thanks.
doesn't really lose much off the back of it. They saw
Luckily, there's enough trolls, so I don't know if you're doing the less fun version of trolling or not.
Guma into hope. The farm
By
swung
spoiling
away
it.
Guma Yushi with about a two-wave advantage, and after getting that kill, he now holds the gold lead in the 1v1.
Very good Ornn play, made possible by the early skirmish and the low mobility carries there. Still on the reset though. Tarzan's feeling fairly healthy, gets back out, gets his scuttle crab before the spawn of these grubs. AL are here very early, they've got Kyle already positioned, so plenty of vision advantage for AL towards the spawn of grubs.
Playing two people in mid to try and get the prio for the grubs. Varus should be crashing a wave in here. This time Rumble has used his push to move across. So this is like delayed because of the lane assignments that they had to get to after the dragon. Don't think they can get one. So it ends up being dragon and that one kill for the grubs on the really longer trade. Guma just ults the wave for the tempo. And he's going to reset and maybe swap and run to bot lane.
Tense affair here in game number 3. AL trying to interrupt the bases as Tarzan wants to get his reds.
Baker is around though. Kyle not gonna be able to find an angle. Too many T1 members there. Dissuade any sort of an engage.
Kyle is
They
very
do fight back for the red buff.
He needs to soak up some of the experience from this mid wave. Try and get that as quickly as possible. It's a key engage tool that AL are going to have to rely on as we get later into this game.
And it is going to be very intense until we get to that mid game, because the later we get into it, we're going to see these two comps interact with AL having this range advantage, trying to use some poke Varus, trying to get a little bit of extra damage on T1 before the fight starts out. But T1 have such good long range engage with the Ornn ultimate and flank capability.
Stops him blind, that's nice.
As well as the Nico, that it's going to be T1 playing the side lanes, trying to play the flanks to find
He's
them
going to get the next
and
push
force
in.
fights onto the longer range AL.
Force Victor to stay. And that is going to mean that they're now both based on the same tempo.
Engage tool. TP's available for both mid laners and
TP coming back for Victor, but I don't think Faker's going to do it. They now get one play onto the top side, but Owner's here to cover. It's much harder, obviously, to dive the Ornn. Carry is resetting, so they're going to leave MF just 1v1ing the Rumble. And Tarzan just steals another camp.
Trying to retake vision, but T1 not exposing themselves. The dragon is spawning.
Baker going for a bit of a different build here. He's rushing straight towards the lanes. He's not doing the mass stacking that has been so common at this event. He's prioritizing the one item power spike.
So Rumble's one-shotting the wave so that because he's very scared of being dove on that side. Now he's going to reset. MF resets as well. They do full swap back, but now Rumble ult is going to be down for the dragon. I don't like that. If you're going to do that, I think you have to do it on the wave before so that it comes back. But if they stall enough, it will come back anyway. Really nice pick. Carry just slightly mistimed how long it would take for people to get back into that position, and then he just gets caught out on the dragon pit, just one shot. And now T1's whole prep for this is gone. He has double summoners, which is why I think Owner's not just instantly going on him. Now the TP comes through. Ult lands. Nice from Carrier. Hope doesn't flash. Oh, Carrier has flash as well. If he flashes, he thinks Carrier's just going to flash after, I think. They're going to get a couple of plates on bot lane with Guma.
So much of that Rumble poke. Doran already getting involved early, made that roam to help get a kill down on that bot side. That early catch onto Hope, and still not very far behind. So Shanks, feel like he's gonna have to get a lot of work done on this one. Hope is gonna be the main target, I think, and he's gonna struggle to really put out a lot of damage.
And while I don't love the Rod of Ages build on the Victor, against this comp, it makes a ton of sense. Having that extra HP, that additional survivability can make the difference. We saw it from Faker earlier in this tournament when there was so much dive being thrown towards him and he was able to survive so much of it. Once that Zhonya's comes through as well, you're going to have a lot of tools to help weather the burst that T1 will be threatening with this composition. But it does mean that in this early game, this Victor not going to be doing a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, when this game pops off, it's going to pop off very, very hard. The amount of these tools that T1 have at their disposal. Of course, they're still working on the proto belt for Keria, which is the last real big extra tool that they need to bring together the very scary Ornn, Aurora, and Nico engage.
Very interesting. Guma goes to go for the standard bloodthirst, but then is going into lethality second here. So, more commonly we do just see full AD items, Infinity Edge, Essence River, these types of things. The AD scaling on the MF ultimate is so powerful. So I'm going to be interested to see, is this like a collector? Does he feel like he needs an edge of night or something to stay safe? What is the option here that he's really looking for?
I also wonder if it's just early lethality, because you look at boat trends across the board. There is very little armor in this early game against AL, so just that extra bit of power in this early game may also be the motivation for the time position. We'll keep track of whether he chooses to upgrade it.
Yeah, and T1 are really looking to burst the enemy carry. So first objective, blow Shanks and Hope's flashes. Then all you need is lots of burst damage. So lethality going to help out there too. Add a little bit of extra damage on top of the Aurora if they can get that flank.
If AL do get the Herald here, they would have the beat of strength. They just need one more objective. So I think T1 looking to contest this. You can see the Shanks is the one matching Dorian on that bottom side because Flandre does not have his teleport, so he's going to have to stay around in the area here. We'll see who wants to start this up first. Faker is going to get poked here, taking some early damage. Does go across the veil and gets back to safety though. But that can be critical in a fight like this if AL can land some early poke.
Yeah, I like these looks from AL, specifically from Kyle and Tarzan, where whenever they see one of these engagers from T1, whether it be Keria by the Dragon Pit or Faker over here, they immediately jump on them to just force a little bit of health, chip away at a little bit of the resources available to T1, because they're the ones that do have extra range with the Poke Varus and are going to try and get these small.
Okay, MF gets back to mid lane. This Victor and Ornn on that side. Both have TP up. Okay, let me jump back and see this. So, playing for the Herald, obviously both teams want to play for it by the looks of how they're positioning. As we said, coming out of draft, first phase has to be very good for T1. Going on Tarzan is not the best. And we're just one shot, yeah. Because that first phase like really has to go well. Faker's going to die to Tarzan too. I mean, the engage I think is just not what they need.
They thought the hex gates were there. Take it into the flank. But they go for Tarzan. He shrugs it off and they destroy them. That could be the Herald for AL for sure. Dragon is spawning on the other side of the map as well. Maybe the follow-up play here. Hope getting very low.
Full time, ripped out there. Scaria is back
Hope
here.
gets low.
Hex gates are going to allow T1 to get back out on the map and look for the counter on Dragon though. So while the extra kills and the Rift Herald goes the way of AL during this replay.
And they just don't have like, this is the worst person to go for. Because he can just ult and he doesn't get hit by MF ult. So MF can't even ult. And your combo just doesn't mean anything. I mean, when you go through, obviously it takes so long to go through that you don't necessarily have the best choice of targets afterwards.
I will also say that the damage from Hope, very scary. It took up a chunk of bonus HP when he was so close to getting away as well. 7-3, the kill difference. AL with a 3k gold lead off the back of this Herald. We're trying to finish it. He will not be able to find it. Tarzan navigates through the jungle. Drifts left. He's going to drift right. The angle's too tight, not able to make it. They will get to top lane and then the tower for AL.
Drifted too close to the sun.
Yeah, they can finish this one by hand though. It's okay. Get Shanks some money on that tower. And the worst part about it for T1, where I was theorizing this comp is going to look to step number 1, blow the summoner spells off the low mobility carries of AL, then go for the big team fight to try and get those kills. They didn't even get the summoner spells off of Shanks and Hope because Tarzan was able to strike off with his ultimate and the big counter engage from AL. So T1 still have so much more work to do to be able to find.
Yeah, the next fight is also really bad as well. Guma has no flash. Ornn has no flash. All summoners up still.
So far in the series, we've seen T1 rush icon. Game 1, game 2, it's once they force the fight. I imagine in this game, they're not going to be as quick to force that objective. Given that you're this far behind, of course,
They do have the 2 dragons.
starting the icon can put you in some serious danger against the lead that AL have built.
That being said, it is T1, and whether they're ahead or behind, they will start these objectives if they think it's a good angle. If they feel like, hey, we need to force a fight, they're going to go to the objective, they're going to look for a turn. And T1 has turned around so many games in their history through that confident shot calling.
If I was them, I would be hoping that AL starts something up and then they can look for a flank. But we will see.
I mean, in terms of itemization right now, it's not that different.
Okay.
Two teams. Of course, the gold league looks scarier than it actually is.
Doran on top side.
The collector was completed for Gumayushi, so we will have that slight execute towards the end of it. But it's Tarzan, where a lot of the gold lead is sitting, and he is the one that has that.
Only looking for a pick. If they get one pick now, they just turn it into Atcan, of course. So
D1 setting up vision around this icon.
Yeah, I like this because then if AL try and start something up and make use of their advantage, then maybe T1 could find their dream flank. Maybe they wait for the icon to shred a little resistances off of AL.
they need to get like some mega engage.
Already picked up off the Rift, so if they could maybe smite steal or something,
I mean,
that
it's
took it away.
3. I'm kind of surprised that T1 was able to find so many. But Tarzan now saying this space belongs to AL. They will clear out this vision. They will push out that bot wave. And now the pressure is being put onto this bot tier 1.
Getting all those extra petals, that's the advantage of the pushing lanes that they had early on in the game. Baker getting poked out though. It's going to be hard to defend this tower on the next wave potentially.
Yeah, the C tier from AL with their range advantage looks very good.
Baker on the side just trying to zone out any potential dive as it's Guma's job to clear out this wave though. But Tarzan and Kyle are behind them. They're going to go in immediately onto Baker. Talk about half HP. Owner cannot connect on the flying drag area now. Getting engaged.
Okay, let's see how this fight plays out. Because I think it's already bad. Like as soon as you don't have a big like wombo engage, even with the tower, I think it's already bad. Guma is not in a good position. Rumble is coming down now. He's going to be in range to ult very soon. Kyle can just get in and they just one-shot. Yeah, they one-shot carrier, so the engage is not going to happen. The MF ult is not really hitting anyone because when you're running away doing it, it's much harder. And the Tarzan is just mega strong. Faker had to just run away straight away. I think they both die, and then they're also going to get Atcan. I mean, Tarzan is huge. This is mega revenge for that world. And that's going to be Atcan.
Tarzan is them, starts fighting between towers, choking out multiple people, and AL pick T1 apart.
Carrier and Faker are still alive, considering fishing for exit kills, but they will not find any. We look back at this play, and as you highlighted, Kobe, Tarzan with the aggression immediately onto Faker, sidesteps the knockup from Owner, and with the arrival of the Rumble, the combo dropped onto Carrier. He's eviscerated from the fight, and it turns into this one-sided affair for AL.
Yeah, that Leona combo into Varus ultimate and just deleting Carrier as well. AL running them out of their own defense here. As you know, they also finish up on the tower afterwards. So
Tough. Another game I think is really, really tough.
But AL will feel very comfortable now.
Dorian could be in some trouble. Equalizer getting dropped, but potentially could walk this out. Flounder, though, overheating, slowing him down with the Electro Harpoon. They are going to commit the Arcane Storm, and he is
Oh
not
my
going to
god,
be able to
it's
get
dead
out
as well.
He is tanky, but not tanky enough. T1, though, trying to fight back on the other side. Do take the top tier 1 for a bounty.
Yeah, the cross map is good though. If they get 2 towers, it's really, really good. And they do.
For Flounder to TP and try and defend that top tower. T1 would not hesitate to dive, so instead, AL would just accept the loss.
So-
They'll concede the gold, as they're able to at the very least trade it back.
2 objective bounties as well.
In the earlier game, but this
So even though the tower was traded,
absolute monster game for him versus
much better for T1 than it would otherwise be.
Worlds 2023. But he has
And also they got 2, right? If you're behind, it's always good to get these trades. If you can trade equal gold when you're behind, that's always really good, obviously.
looks like they should be able to close in on the rest of
2 dragons to 2 now. It should be very hard, I think, because AL have so much control of the map that it's going to be very difficult to find your like dream engage. And if that first phase, as we've seen, if the first phase doesn't like kill people,
They could use as a potential
you're
TP
always losing the fight.
or Dorian can get in from behind. There may be an angle for them to set up
So I think the big thing is just this big engage around Herald was just not good.
T1 though with decent vision coverage still around this Baron objective.
But an incredible journey for AL. All of these players have such unique stories. Tarzan, 6 times he made it to a regional final, losing all 6. The 7th was the one he finally is able to take this split with AL. And it was a heroic game 4 from him. One of those incredible Zed jungle performances I have ever seen to get his team across that finish line, to get that first regional trophy. I had felt he was the best player in the world to not win a regional title. That has been checked. And now he is on the hunt for the international title.
Yeah, it's been heartwarming to listen to all the interviews coming from this team. We mentioned earlier Tabe one talking about his leadership qualities so closely, and Tarzan himself talks about from the day that he joined AL, he wanted to take responsibility for the team and use all of his strength to go together to the international stage. And now they are here, and they're showing that strength, Vegas.
Of course, even if they do in this game, T1 is a force to be reckoned with, and they've been pushed to these positions before, and they found miracles. They have made miracles. There is a reason why Faker has so many world championships to his name. As they go
Overworking the Koshak, can they
Oof.
Of course, even if they do in this game, T1 is a force to be reckoned with. And
Getting this engagement with Shanks is good, but it's like
found
he's got Zonias and stuff. Like it's maybe too late.
miracles. There is a reason why
Tarzan's
he has
there.
so many world championships to his
Still,
name.
the best it's going to be. It does get the Zonias off though. Yeah. And again, first phase didn't kill everyone. I mean,
as Faker was hunting hope, did force the flash, but it's 1 for 2. AL with the advantage, and they are
1 for 2 and Rumble ult's not been used, and they're also, like I said, good on the back end. Thought Faker hit the Q, but he hadn't. Now Doran's just going to get slowed down and ran down. I mean, Victor has looked really strong in MSI, I think. A lot of times, I feel like not necessarily because of the Victor, but still.
They thought that they caught out Shanks, but the Seeker's arm guard buying him enough time for AL to turn the fight in their favor. Carrier with a good ultimate just doesn't quite translate into the damage that they need. And while Guma lands a multi-man ulti across the members of AL, it only ends up picking 1 kill as AL find 3.
Both of the times so far this game that T1
So that first thing, like, especially with this much gold,
earlier with the Hex Gates,
your first engage, the first phase of the fight has to kill loads of people. Has to kill like multiple people, I think.
they make their play, but as you say,
And Shanks has the
and then here come the
Sonya's,
Stunned in the fight means that he couldn't get that follow-up as well was huge. He does do a good job of keeping hope out of the fight, but
Guma.
Guma does good damage on
That's what he
his team.
wants to get, but if you're on the back foot, it's always hard. And it's going to be the 3rd dragon coming up now. I don't think there's any way you can contest this. Okay, T1 keeps. Let me look at it again. So when you're behind in comps like this, it's just about like you have to just get more creative. Basically, you have to find. It's more about the first engage. So Rumble onto tanks. They get some combo, but even then, I think it's not enough. Tarzan's still alive. I mean, that was the best. That was the best first phase that they have had this game, and it's still not enough. Victor's really different than Azir in competitive play. I know what you mean. As a champion and in solo queue, a lot of times he's quite similar, but he's really, really different in competitive play. He's much less side lane threat, and I mean, he's a control mage, right? So he's good in front to back, but he's also really good if people are coming into you, and it's like short range people running into you. But I do think he's really strong.
kills the minions, and they decide we're gonna go for the dragon instead.
Owner with the defense there.
Next dragon.
Some time, but AL will take the dragon in the aftermath. Give another look. They full send actually on Doran, and Doran survives for so long that it does open up the counterattack possibilities from T1.
Look at the flank from Guma and Carrier. The combo
I mean, he just misses the all-not. That's a shame. I don't think it makes any difference, but they haven't even got Tarzan's GA, right? So he's still got GA.
Exactly. He takes down Guma. He W flashes to finish off Doran and chase the other side.
Yeah, he still has his GA up.
Actually did not go burn down dragon number 3 for themselves. Instead, taking away jungle resources and maybe looking at a play over towards Baron here.
T1 are gonna TP for it. They have Kyle in their eyes. Tarzan though coming in. Kyle's gonna flash around in on
Okay.
As Tarzan arrives, Kyle will fall. Hope is caught. Has no flash. Here comes Faker.
Burn down
Okay.
for themselves. Instead, taking
That's
away
weird.
jungle resources and maybe looking
So
at
they're
a play
pushing up with the wave, but the Kyle just goes too far forward. The flash, I mean, the TP's coming behind him, and people are coming through. That's why he just flashes in. So he gets cleanse.
in onto Guma as Tarzan arrives. Kyle will fall.
Oh, they don't get a big chunk actually.
Faker, he goes between worlds. He's trying to knock down the AD carry. Carry arrives as well. The CC getting piled in, but it's a great equalizer across the team. It is Shanks
Yeah.
standing
And they're just too.
in the midst of T1. It is Shanks crushing through the fight with a triple as the arcane sword
24 stack Magi's as well.
to pieces.
T1 try and make another comeback, but AL are having none of it. This game will go to them.
Okay.
Strong. They push
So,
towards
match
it.
point.
They have to buy a little bit of time for the minions, but they will arrive, and AL know this game is. We are all hoping, I think, for that game 5.
I'm not looking if there's another game or not.
You could consider something like
Okay, I'm gonna quickly be right back, go to the toilet, and then I'll talk about this draft.
Well, I think with Rumble gone, T1
Or look at the
can
draft, I guess.
leave Talia open, force AL into banning it, and then potentially go for a different power pick.
It's also really interesting because Alistar, I think, is lone really high prio engaged support that is kind of left up and available. We have gotten through most. I guess Rakan as well would be there, so it'll be interesting to see if those rise in priority at all.
I'm thinking of jumpers. Sejuani, Skarner are two that kind of stand out to me right now. Alternatively, like, because when I think about the playmakers, a lot of them have kind of fallen to the wayside. You could consider something like the Zed, the Nocturne as well, this deep into the draft. But there's that Talia that we were talking about, AL kind of being forced to ban both, and it's going to be the Corki first pick.
Yeah, you start to, the deeper you go into Fearless, looking at what champions they're going to get early for Guma, and they want to lock down that Corki very early on. We'll burst damage here, see what they can get done.
Question is, what supports are left that you can pair alongside it? The Ambessa Instalock coming through from AL. The Corki, reminder, can be flexed into mid lane, always a possibility. Our expectation is that it's being played towards the bot side, and that is a blind Silas. You haven't even seen many of the other champions that have come through, but putting a bit of pressure onto Faker to find a good response with his most common.
Okay, so Talia, Azir, Pantheon, they kept their bans consistent the whole way through.
Direction he's going to go.
And it can sometimes be a bit of a denial pick. If you think that, hey, Alistar could be.
Oh, double dive instantly.
Alistar into the
Silas
so it does
blind
kind of limit some of the
with
options.
only Corki out.
Yeah, definitely a good point there as the support.
And it is going to be
focus
Rakan.
for a very good
I mean, no more
champion
melee
here.
supports left. Oh, Alistar, okay.
Rakan locked in.
Because you can't take Alistar here on 3 because they have Silas. So you don't. You don't want to. It's just a massive. It's not that you can't take it, but it's just a massive disadvantage. So I assume this is just Alistar here, unless they're cooking something crazy up in bot lane.
And Rakan, again, assuming that Corki is going down towards the bot lane, it does provide you with a lot of great team fight.
If it's AP jungle, the Corki can flex, but okay.
And we're going to get a Maokai coming through for Tarzan.
Oh, we are really going to close down on the jungle champion pool then. I mean, technically you can flex Jax into jungle, but I definitely expect it to be into the top lane. So we can have 2 more bans here to really pinch down on owner champion.
Also, potentially, if you're worried about some of these Silas matchups, now you have the opportunity to go for protection bans here. Of course, there is
And they
no
banned the
bot
Poppy already, so this like Silas and Vesa 1-2 is.
Clearly thinking about those jungle bans and the lack of really beefy front line on T1.
Okay, so they do get rid of the Alistar, and it's going to be a pinch on the jungle pool.
I'm just thinking about, I don't think it necessarily makes sense in the comp of T1. They could do with a little bit more engage or a little bit more crowd control. They can remove the cancer, so instead they're going to mitigate some of the difficult matchups that could come through into that mid lane.
Yeah, Cassio, so that like Cassio wants everyone to come to her, so really good pick here. Or Victor would be a very good pick here as well, but it's gone obviously. This is where stuff like Swain could be good, but Silas obviously can just steal the Swain ult, and that's pretty obnoxious. What else is like good at receiving? If they can take the Xayah and take something else, take AP in the jungle, I think Corki mid is a good idea.
And I really like it with what you have in the first 3, right? It's all
Like if this is like Xayah and then Lilia or something, maybe it's cooking too much, but
makes some sense if you want to play alongside that Jax towards side lanes.
I don't love the amount of dive though. Instead they're going to go for the Lilia.
okay.
Talks about the potential of the Corki in the mid lane. Pairing the
Okay, so it is going to be the Xayah and the Lilia.
Will it be the full protection?
Nice when that happens, right? Nice when it all comes together.
Contemplating between the two.
I feel I'm so nervous because the earlier problem I was talking about for T1, I still
Side that Jax towards side lanes.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to dive though. Instead they're going to go for the Lilia. And we talked about the potential. Wow. So AL, I mean, they've got a pretty typical front-to-back composition. I will say that the ultimates that Shanks can steal probably aren't the strongest on the side of T1. T1 have a decent number of split push options with Jax going to be a real...
I really like these last two picks. If that wasn't clear from the fact that I was saying they should take them. Lilia versus 4 melee and also Xayah Rakan versus a bunch of dive coming into you. This is a really good draft. But skirmishes always are going to be really obnoxious and really good for AL.
looking at set point here. Any sort of early extra advantage goes a very long way.
Owner does get the ward on the enemy Raptors. Of course, Raptors a big target for Lilia throughout the game, always wanting to be able to steal those away, get ahead of your opponent. But I want to talk about Shanks and his incredible journey here. So the average pro play career, only 167 games. Shanks has been around for a lot longer than this. And why you ask, is this important? To me, I think it is important because his career was not an easy path. He started out here and has had so much struggle early on in his career. And we talked about how you have to go through these struggles to be able to then find success. And early days in his career, he was on some really bad teams in the LPL. He was on a 4-12 team, a 0-16 team. So many players in those situations, I think, would have been replaced, would have been a footnote in the history of the LPL. But he was able to fight through those difficulties, prove himself even amongst all of these struggles, and now has risen to the point where he's an LPL champion, where he's on the precipice of taking down T1 and getting to his first international finals. And I just think that journey is so impressive.
He showed incredible determination to get to this point. And as he said at the end of the last game, that's why he flashed the WE
Okay.
emote there.
Maokai clearing towards bot, Lilia clearing towards top. It is looking like it's going to be the AP Maokai as well.
So much the greatest of all time to ever play the esport. And facing across from him in lane is that man pushing him underneath his tower. The Corki pressure already off to a strong start as Doran on the top side looking to do the same thing, looking to grab a plate already in the 1v1.
Yeah, both T1 solo lanes here pushing very heavily early on, keeping up that pressure. And Lilia finishing up on the full clear at the moment. Doran even proxying to gain an extra little bit of timing here.
Yeah, I love the aggression there. They know that the Maokai started on top side, so he's going to be clearing down towards bot. That's why he's going for this proxy angle. But the T1 bot lane will just back off, knowing that they are the ones that would be targeted. You get that early demolish, you get
They get the push in. Are they going to swap? Pushing in both sides. Yeah. They swap to play on this freeze, and Flandre can be mega punished on this freeze. Mega punished. And I think Doran can just hard force it into the tower. But Maokai's here, though. Yeah, I mean, this is a disaster situation, I think. It's a really good swap for T1. I mean, Doran is maybe dying here, but Lilia's coming.
No TP, and he's quite low on health here. Owner's going to try to help him push this in, and they did get eyes on the Maokai on the top side, so I feel like they're feeling relatively confident they're okay.
Yeah, it's not going to get frozen on them, so they're just going to let it push on towards them because they do want Owner to keep on farming.
They're pushing in mid as well.
As you saw pings down there from AL, Tarzan already going into that jungle as Doran under attack and teleported on.
Okay, now they're teleporting bot. So now they're trying to make something happen here. He's definitely going to die, but it just depends on how much he can get on the backside. They could just wait. Yeah. Takes them a lot of time. Corki's going to TP and get most of the wave. They get 2 plates in top side, but really had to be done. But like, even with losing that big a wave, still 26 to 27 CS because of the freezing in top side. And Corki's just pushing and getting plates. Corki has a lead. Even with the kill, AD carries are kind of equal with the trade plates. Oof. Oh, that W almost, that would have been it. Okay, TP from Tom Kench. Xayah's in mid already.
You need to have the threat for later on, doing their best to get in there.
This early advantage from Faker quietly opening up nearly a 500 gold lead here, has non-stop been pushing, has a really nice CS advantage, and has been able to pressure the tower for plates here. And T1 going to be using that as pushing waves to start off this dragon here. Again, getting a relatively early dragon to start off game 4.
Yeah, fighting Lilia this early against that dragon as a Maokai is a risky thing to do. With Faker being as strong as he is, AL don't want to run the risk of going for that fight. Plates-wise, it has been Faker that's gotten a bunch. You've got 1 in bot lane, gets 1 in mid. Guma also.
Yeah, Faker's just in such a good spot now.
Keeping his push on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Flandre still has not been able to get.
We'll see if he goes for the like more carry build or the more bruiser build, but I think probably the bruiser build honestly works really well here. You get like Black Cleaver and shred everything for Guma to carry as well.
And AL are taking the grubs at the moment while Flandre's trying to survive with his biscuits under tower. Goes back in again.
T1 being relentless here with their pressure, just non-stop poking and prodding.
To get the grubs. It is going to be 1 though, so you don't get the feat stack.
I want to talk about Joby and the energy that he did, where he was talking about his expectations for who he would face in the finals. He was expecting that would be anyone's Legends. He said they are the most likely to make it up in the finals, not his longtime regional rivals of T1, which I think did surprise some players, but AL has been playing at such an incredible level.
There was a lot of talk, too, between those two teams at the beginning of the tournament about how their scrims were going. They were both very complimentary of each other.
It was like, I love the social media comments about how they're trying to reverse curse each other. No, you're really good. No, I insist. You are really good.
You are the best.
Yeah, really, both have demonstrated an absolute excellence in the level of play. And right now, we find ourselves in a very slow-paced early game. No one quick to force anything, and that makes sense. You've got a lady carry comp on the side of T1. Itemization is very important. Kobe, you were just talking about for Ambessa. You also want to get those cooldowns, you want the levels. You don't really want to try and force something too early. Shanks early on, of course, being put in the
And again, Faker just on either side laner at this stage is just able to, with as long as he's able to be protected, he's just going to keep getting more plates and stuff like that. So it's very good that they got the grubs to deny. If T1 had 3 grubs in this game, I'd say the game is already almost like really hard, almost done.
Overforce anything. Here comes the Rakan supports teleport as well with Spellbook, just in case. They're going to get their reset off once again. Both of these top lane carry champions in 1v2s for so long, these low income for each of them.
And while people always talk about Lilia as this really fast farmer, I think people sometimes underestimate how quickly Maokai can farm. The Maokai has actually stayed pretty much dead even alongside this. Tarzan has just been power farming. Already has Leanders completed.
Yeah, AP Maokai cruising on through. And again, that ultimate is going to be such a critical part of how these team fights do go when we get the meetup. T1 to have to problem solve, figure out what to do in that scenario.
Is it mostly carry actually just laning with Faker here, making sure they can't look for any sort of hard engage Faker with that range advantage? The only way they can really do something about it is to hard engage on him. So
Shanks does have the TP, does have the Jax ult to be a little bit more tanky. But still, just either side laner is just, if Faker is protected and you can't threaten the all-in against him, then it's really difficult to do anything. Hope is just farming up though, 27 stacks currently. Guma obviously scales very well into this game as well, with people coming towards the Xayah, like you're always going to be at a very good spot.
That's a lot invested right before this dragon spawns, so a couple of ultimates here, some decent value, although Faker now with no flash for that dragon fight might be a target.
Keep track of that as the TP's return. There's the Rocket Bell completed with the Trinity Force finished for Faker. A big spike for the man in the mid lane of T1.
Can they actually punish this missing flash? Kyle caught out here in a large trouble to be charmed up, and he is incredibly low. Has to flash out. In comes Tarzan with the Maokai ultimate. He does connect onto carry. Kyle trying to get back involved. And Shanks is looking for a fight onto Faker. He's in a 1v2, but he looks like he's winning it. Faker getting incredibly low. Has no flash. He's gone. Connects with the Duck. Shanks getting 1. He's getting 2. He's in a 1v2, and he likes the way that looks. Owner now coming down, trying to knock down Shanks. As a response, he's going to flash out of safety. Blandre is here. Guma flashes in.
Sorry, I need to go back and look at this.
That's a lot invested right before this dragon spawns, so
Okay, so another dragon spawning. Faker resetting. Very, very strong. Doesn't have flash though. So Triforce coming through already. Rocket Belt.
Completed with the Trinity Force finished for Faker.
Faker was very big in this fight. But no flash.
See though, can they actually punish this missing flash? Kyle caught out here in a lot of trouble, going to be charged up, and he is incredibly low. Has to flash out. In comes Tarzan with the Maokai ultimate. It does connect onto Carrier. Kyle trying to get back involved.
Okay, 2-man ult from Carrier. But Shanks is killing both people. Oh my god, he kills them both. Oh my god. He's dead now, right? Okay, he still had flash the whole time. Oh, if that ult would hit. Oh my god, Shanks. Oh, it's brutal. That first skirmish just goes really poorly. I think they were really split up. And then Lilia like jumped in.
The level of confidence from Shanks in that situation to take the fight to Faker. I mean,
Carrier steals it.
A very early spellbook enjoyer. Carrier makes use of it.
I mean, it is a nice steal, but when we take stock of the game, the gold swing in AL's favor. The Maokai
Here, like, Guma is really split and just gets zoned away by Senna.
Shanks goes for a 1v1 against Faker, steals away the Rakan, but knocks them both up, charms them both, I should say, interrupting the Nora, and then Shanks sidestepping and then getting the lockdown on the Faker to secure the kill.
So clean, gets the kill and the flash there at the end.
But I think Owner just needs to not leave Shanks. No, I didn't actually get told not to use it. It's because when I'm doing it like just me, it's a little bit less, it's just less fun to do the ruffle file. So I'm now just doing, and also it means I spoil the game for me. Whereas now I'm doing it like this. So it's more like a watch along, and if there's anything that we want to go into in more detail. So I've got like, for example, game 1, second Drake, good punish window. Game 2, Atakan 20 minutes. Like I've got written down stuff that I can look at the ruffle file for. And if you see something that you're like, can we look at that in more detail? We can do that. So Herald. Silas is big here. Takes the Corki out for some poke. But can they deny the eye? I think they can. Or do they one-shot the Silas? Doran does get in. Just got to get out now. Oh, Guma gets hit by the Q. I think they all get out here, right? Or not? Yeah. Those two on the top side get out. So they do manage to get the Herald. Very, very nervy. But I do think, like, the later the game goes on, like, Zaya can just murder everyone here. Nice TP from Doran. Jumps over, takes the eye, and also zones the backline, the rest of the backline away. Flandre didn't TP, though. There was a good TP ward here for him, I think.
My goodness, the action is really kicking off here. They're trying to keep the Herald away. I don't think they're going to stop it. The tower secure.
Okay.
T1. And the goal difference
Tower gets first.
like to see here in game 4. T1 continue to fight back against the momentum AL built up the game 3.
They're actually looking here for Faker. Faker is pretty far back, but is now going to spot Shanks here, and they are collapsing, and he's going to immediately have to flash out. There's the abyssal dive. Charm comes through there from Carrier trying to heal for Faker. Faker still has nothing to get away.
Wait, how did he get There you go. We can have an enhanced bit rate.
Continue to fight back against the momentum AL built up the game 3.
They're actually looking here for Faker. Faker is pretty far back, but is now going to spot Shanks here, and they are collapsing in him. He's going to immediately
One,
flash out. There's the abyssal dive. Charm comes through
two,
from Carrier trying to
three.
heal for Faker. Faker still has nothing to get away, and he's going to get gobbled up here by Kyle.
Just gets picked off. Really nice from Kyle as well. Nice W. Doran is going to get a whole tower for it, though, so they will trade the towers. And they're going to pressure on mid. So they don't have the grubs. They're behind in gold and they're still up in towers. Like, that's the thing that T1 does well, I think, is although they move around the map and they just commit to stuff on the other sides.
That's about it. So the approach to Dragon will be very dark for AL. TP's committed. Shanks steals away Carrier's ultimate. Probably one of the best options he has available. The backline access that he has. Oh, wow, he is testing. Carrier's mechanics able to sidestep that one. The mid push will come through from T1. The bot push goes well. T1 pushing on all sides, keeping the pressure up onto AL. Hope. Bigger valves forward. Does get a nice little bit of chunk there onto Hope. As Dorian comes in probably a section off. He maybe overstays welcome here. And he's going to get charmed up.
Or he just gets picked off.
They spent a lot. Multiple ultimates used there. It was a stolen recon.
Okay, gets away then. I thought Doran was just dead there, but didn't even... He can reset and TP, and that's no ult for Flandre in the fight. He's TPing behind them. Doesn't have flash. Okay. Lilia has flash, so can get a big ult. Hits 2 already. Yeah, that's good. Carrier's trying to stop them from saving Hope. Doran gets mid wave, and I think they get the dragon. So that is going to be 3 dragons. Oof. It's a proper game. I mean, MSI has been awesome in terms of games. Can they rush the Atakan? No. Carrier's going to TP. Try and protect Faker. These double divers, like the fact that they used all that before the fight, really made T1 have a lot more confidence. Okay, so Carrier keeps hitting it to make sure that they start it. Also just shredding people. Being annoying. Big wave coming in top side. I guess Faker's going to go there. He doesn't have TP yet.
They don't have to force anything right now. They can slow the game down, work towards a few more components, and be ready for the soul fight that will be starting in 3.5 minutes. Hope is just about bang on the average here for the stacks. The average stacks at 20%. MSI has been 50%.
He's going to clear this wave top. Shanks shows as well. So of course, Soul would be insanely good for T1. And if they have control, AL do need to go into them. They do need to.
Sleep from owner and Carrier with a good charm engage.
You can see 2 items for both Faker and Guma. These 80 carries scaling incredibly well. Faker had a very good start, got quite a bit up in goal, but Shanks
I slowed it down because it looked like they were going to posture for a fight, but
not to be outdone wants to try to
Tarzan is squishy, double mask build.
T1 continually fighting for vision here, and Shanks
Ono is very strong.
he find the absconded duck just out of range is Faker, and Faker now trying to turn and fight back, trading Corky rockets. Faker gets the best of him though, as Shanks is low on health and mana.
Spacing from Faker there was just
So
perfect.
Flandre's strong,
Sidestepping all
Ona's
the
strong.
skills, dodging the rockets and then throwing rockets
Hope
back
has got
into
2
the
items. I think when Guma gets 3, he's also going to start shredding everyone.
upgrades. Have to imagine that he will. There is the cosmic
And if you're diving onto this Zaya and into this Lilia, it can be really, really hard. But I don't think they have really any other option. Could be that Senna eventually just scales to the point where it doesn't matter.
Fights are just going to be so much about the execution. There's really no true tank on either side. You know, the Jax, the Tahm Kench can be somewhat tanky. You know, just utilizing the counter-strike as Carriot pops the Ghost, will be able to jump out to safety. Felt confident he would be able to get away there. Doran finally finishes off.
Tower goes down. They start the Atcan. Doran can TP.
Will they stay on it though? As T1 is around. Doran gonna base, look to buy.
He doesn't have. He has one flank ward, like up here, behind the up here. He is using it. He's a bit too split, I think, though. He has the blast cone, though. Malkout comes down. Doran in the backline is big, but there's no follow-up. Zaya gets the objective. Flandre dead on the side. Oh, carry it. Almost. But Hope running forward. He can shred them all here at the end. So they T1 get the Atcan. Fight is what, 2 for 1? But Senna is starting to look a bit dangerous here, I think. Because she's the one person who doesn't need to be like diving on you. Like Flandre is very strong, but he just gets chunked to half HP before it even starts. Doran starts this here. Carrier's ult doesn't catch Hope. So Hope gets jumped on and is still actually just quite safe throughout this. And because this doesn't hit him, if this hits him, I think T1 go for more.
Guma was the biggest surprise to me, but Doran's flank, I think, was instrumental. A well-coordinated team fight from T1. Everyone seemed to know exactly what they needed to do. They secured the icon, and the dragon will be spawning in a second.
Okay, doesn't look like there's... It's just going to be the soul fight, and that's going to be the end of the game.
Just enough gold to get the Seekers before that fight. Bases, TP's in, plays so aggressive, knowing he has that in his back pocket.
So no Seekers now for Doran. But if they have the control, I still think it's very hard for AL, because there's no one who can really face check. Maokai's not that squishy, so you have to play on the ease. They put 2 pink wards into this. It's just going to be a flip for this. They get it. They get soul. Ult onto Faker, but I think this looks good for T1. Now Shanks is nearly dead. Doran jumps forward on the backside. Ona gets like a 5-man sleep. Yeah. Huge. Huge. And this is the one time as well where T1 had enough control that AL have to walk into them. And I do think generally this 4-5 pick is really, 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 really strong. Another 5-game series from MSI, by the way. Thanks for the follow. I think this 4-5 draft, like the Zaya and Lilia, I think is really, really, really strong. And even though the bits of the early game fell a bit behind, I think it also just gets worse. Other than the Senna, I still don't know, because Senna's I've seen too many EU Sennas that just look mega useless the whole time. But I feel like the Senna is the only thing that can change the way the game is played. Okay, so let me look through what I'm thinking. I unfortunately have hits hidden behind the. Let me change my.
You have to believe that Azir is going to be permabanned as well. There's no way either of those 2 champions are getting through. Nobody is trading that, and so we still have yet to see. Just
to show you what's gone, because what I'm thinking here now, like I look through and I think, okay, what maybe is stronger because of what's gone. So top lane, I mean, the ones that are pinch a lot obviously are going to be support. Support is weird. All melee seems to be gone other than Alistar. So I think Alistar first pick is a possibility. I think it's ridiculously strong. There's no Silas as well. So assuming this is... Oh, Talia's gone already.
We don't want to see a game 5 decided by Kalista.
Imagine if the Kalista gets its win in Game 5 of this series.
I mean, Jinx also.
Sion, also another good ban. Trundle gone and stuff like that. I genuinely think you can just slam
Sometimes says, you know, it's Game 5.
Alistar here.
Just win with Jinx.
I also really am
Okay.
a fan of
So they can play on first target, killing first target. So stuff like Jinx and stuff. Viego, potentially, those kind of things.
super successful at MSI, but it is a champion that if you can
Honestly, I
execute
think you just
well
you can go
on
Alistar and you can go
you can find picks, you can control movement on the map.
I mean, I would say
Ari
it wasn't
maybe.
successful at all. 0 and 7 here at MSI, a champion that, alongside the Kalista, has not been able to win teams many games. AL putting a lot of
Stuff
faith
like
in
Shen
Shanks,
can be
hearing
quite
from
annoying
Alistair.
against TF, but
An
I do
engaged
think taking the
champion.
Alistar is just too high prio.
The draft has been left open all the way until the end, and that Jinx that you were talking about, Kobe.
Don't mind the Jinx as well. There's not really lane bullies left because Corki was taken in mid lane.
He's hovering it.
So is it just going to be like a Felios Lulu as a trade, or is it going to be you pull something else out, Tristana or
So many changes.
Ziggs? I like that.
Oh, Ziggs bot.
Okay, so Ziggs bot and TF mid though.
We're expecting this. The Poppy comes through as well. Wow, AL with
Poppy
a
support into Alistar. Forgot about that.
Absolutely, and this could be
Not
really
used to Poppy
difficult
being up in
because
game
what
5.
they're going to look to do is gold card onto the Jinx. Ziggs
Okay,
up
so do you take something in mid
looking
already,
for this
or
sort
do
of
you take
combo
jungle and then
behind the
pinch it?
backline. And Jinx can be pushed in
Because mid still has kind of a lot of
and it's
picks.
difficult, but it's not the most comfortable for some
Is
ADC
there a
players. We're
jungler
gonna
still
see
up?
How well Hope can actually perform on it. He has played it a couple times already this split.
Nocturne, Skarner, yeah, Skarner. Now you can have another 2 bans as well if you want. You could ban like... You don't mind them taking Sejuani, I think, because they're already starting to stack like too much AP. So it could be that you want to get rid of good blind top laners. Poppy can flex, but you can just save top for 5, I think. So I think probably just 2... Okay. Does that mean they're going to slam a tank top on 4? And just play... I think they just play mega simple front to back. Jinx here. With Jinx here. So like... I do think something like Ari could have worked. I think Ari's Skarner doesn't sound super good to me though. Okay, Ari is still banned.
Also, Camille really good for split push, so they don't want to have to deal with Twisted Fate backing up split push.
The range problem is there.
I mean, right now, AL
It could be that you take a tank on top and then you play for, I don't know, Xerath or something if enemy has low engage.
solid front line. So they're looking for things that can match into the Twisted Fate with
What they
Ryze
can do
on
is the
the
last ban
sides.
here.
Your ability to
Bard
play from
again,
sides is not
in case it's flex. So it is dive and engage that they're trying to get rid of. So it's probably going to be in a mobile mid laner, I'm assuming, with these 2 bans. If it is a mid on 4, or it could even be a tank on 4 in top, and then like do you just take Cassante or something on 4, and then you take LeBlanc as well.
for a little bit more disruption. LeBlanc taken away from Fake. Now that's a throwback.
I think it's going to be just like a front to back, a mobile mid laner, high damage on 4, and then a counter pick top on 5. But like I said, you take Cassante or something at this point here, then you can also make sure that this front to back, I think, is going to be really hard. Yeah, way
You do want to control mage way
better than the Xerath thing that I was suggesting. I think probably.
This front to back style comp that they're going for. When you see how much range AL is going to get, especially when that RC comes
Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, Castlin would change the whole dynamic of the comp. I think way is much better.
He will lock in the way.
This does mean that they have 2 low mobility carries at their disposal here. The Jinx and the Hui must be protected.
I think
The debate right now for Flying
Cassante
Fox, wanna go full
is a
towards
bit
the
weird
Jinx.
because it's not quite like just a normal tank, right, with the ult and how much damage it does.
A little bit more carry
But I do
value.
prefer stuff like the Aatrox, because I think if you take Cassante and they take also a tank, then you are still never really going to win the front to back, I think, against this.
newest member of the team. All eyes have been on him.
Oh, of course.
If they lose, they get no lunch
Expectations
privileges.
they would immediately go into the jungle, but they're bringing Olaf out into the jungle. They want to run this Jinx down.
It's very good against, Skarner
Okay.
and Alistar CC here. If you're looking
Like
for
stuff like the
low
Olaf.
mobility carries, and
As
that's like the
always in
other
Game 5 and
thing.
Fearless,
It's
this could
hard
be
to
very
see.
one-sided.
That could be your way in.
Because AL already, like, I think they kind of have to run over this game Otherwise,
Aatrox plus Olaf, that is a threatening
yeah.
backline.
Now you've got the Gragas.
I was thinking Doran has looked good on it. Is up in a
If Faker and Guma have enough damage to kill the Olaf, I would be a bit worried.
You have to continue
If I was AL.
so it feels like there's going to be all eyes on Guma. Get into
Really,
the
really simple composition from T1.
Doran's Gragas is a champion that he's brought out and had. I've lost the word. He's truly had amazing performances on it. He's been so clutch, and it's been one of those picks that, as you highlighted, Zale, he can default to when he needs to make magic happen. Naturally, as you said, eyes do fall on Gumayushi, but Doran can be the facilitator, can be the playmaker, can be the difference maker in this game 5.
All right, in game 5, with all of this pressure, we bring up one of the controversial picks. The Twisted Fate comes back. There's a champion pool's dwindle, and we'll see if they can get TF a win.
It'll be the first wave for Faker this split, and we'll see how he can perform on it. As we're heading in for what will be the final game here between T1 and AL. Game 5.
Okay.
It's time to go.
Another game 5 from MSI is awesome.
In the last game, Doran on the Jax came up huge for the team. Carrier with the Spellbook Smite Steal to get them the extra dragon, the extra range to the soul.
It'll be only the 4th way game for Faker.
Yeah, TF into 3 tanks, and also like TF when you're losing front to back, and you've got no one else to dive with you. So it's not like TF getting a stun card onto Wei or Jinx is going to be a huge like, oh my god, they're dead. No, it's like, well, you have to have Olaf running at people, and then also TF is good at just cycling stun cards on the first target, but you don't win. I really like this Jinx takeaway because you don't win the front to back. Hey, Nuka. Last game still had no spoilers. Someone maybe spoiled it on YouTube, but I actually don't know. There's been enough troll spoilers, like G2's gonna win, that I don't know if it's actual real dick move spoiler or if it was just the troll. So trolls protect you.
2017 back with the roster that had Huni on it and are looking to get back to the finals to try to claim another MSI title here for T1. Worlds has always been their tournament. They always perform well at MSI. Their dominance has not been the same as it has at that World Championship.
Yeah, MSI, last couple years, top by the LBL.
Okay, I mean, this can be this. Like I say, as always in best of 5s, Fearless, you can have these weird wonky games. I think if T1 get a bit of a lead in this game, I think they just absolutely run over it. They don't have a huge amount of engage, of course, but still. I just posted on my phone and I didn't look at anything. I didn't look at YouTube, I didn't look at Twitter, I just did some work in the morning. That's a fun Saturday.
With hope there from Faker, just trying to whittle down this TF. Being able to have Prio in a matchup against TF is so critical because you want to punish any roams that they go for. Keeping them locked under the tower is often the recipe for success, denying those roams before they even happen, or at the very least if they go for it, making sure they punish. But you can see the early swap top. Uma's up here, Owner is behind. Andre respecting the potential for this dive, but I think they're going to try to look for it. Owner will be the one to try to set up body slam flash connect. He's under the wall, and they're going to be able to take
Nice swap. And Doran's going to be able to recall and TP bot and collect that wave. Jinx really good in the swaps at hitting towers, but obviously less good in terms of just now in the 1v1 against Aatrox. Jinx is worried.
The only downside is that kill didn't go over to Guma. If they had, they could have started the snowball on this Jinx, because meanwhile Hope was just free farming on the bot side of that. You can see he has about a wave of an advantage, which is equalized due to Gumayushi being a part of that kill in top lane.
Part of the kill and also part of the plate that they were able to grab right off the back of that on that top side. So Guma does get paid. Shanks going to be a little bit annoying here as he interrupts Faker's recall. Kyle down here now with Hope. Will be the mismatch lanes here, but I do think this favors the Gragas. Obviously very safe, a lot of wave clear here. Doran should be able to hold on.
Gragas very good in the 1v2, so I think these mismatch lanes, if T1 can hold them, they don't have a freeze unfortunately, but with Skarner potentially passing back to top again, Flandre can be really punished. I just say, who cares about the dragon? Just repeat dive the top lane, crash another wave in. He still has flash. With TF having 6, it becomes much harder. Fearless, BF5 made some a lot more interesting to watch, but I can't imagine how much trust. Yeah. I mean, best of 5 is the best way to play for sure. I think players in the tournament will agree with that, and I think Fearless, most players as well also agree that it's best, especially for players who played for a while.
The route that he's chosen means that just on spawn, he's immediately back on those camps. He's starting to build a small farm lead and experience advantage over Owner, but Owner should be able to close that in no time.
And it's going to be really important for Tarzan to stay ahead of the pace of the game. There's no utility on this pick. The Olaf does one thing, and it does it really well. But you have to be strong enough to get into that backline, to send it for these carries. This is not a champion that has a good fallback plan. You need to put yourself in a great position to succeed. And Tarzan has been stellar for AL, not only in this series, but really all year for them.
Really has. A leader on the team, as we've gone over multiple times here, really at the heart of this AL team. And as you say, if you're an Olaf and you're running down a Jinx, you better have enough threat behind you.
I mean, the Poppy Tree can help with that too, because any wall that stands in your way, Kyle's going to be right there next to you to move that wall aside, give you access onto that Jinx. We talked earlier in the series about how when Varus was playing into the job, it's going to be difficult to navigate. But now that pressure's going to fall onto Guma. Both Flandre and Tarzan are going to be looking to put pressure onto this AD carry, while Hope and Shanks will be looking to apply as much Hope as possible. T1 looking more so for that front-to-back team fight as they continue to scale up.
All right, the grubs here and available. Lots of extra experience in here for the jungle. Would be very nice for Tarzan to grab these for AL. Of course, they're the team with the Twisted Fate and the split push possibility as well for later.
TF going bot. It's still just chill, I think. I don't think T1 have to do anything. Okay, they are able to deny the cross map as well, so 2 grubs for free. Well, pretty much.
As you said, the resources for the Olaf critical. They don't want to give away anything on the other side of the map. You can feel the tension.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Playing his game. Of course, he is behind in gold, but full objective control going his way. They did leave a grub up.
That is the thing about Fearless, is that it's you can get some kind of wonky things. I really like Caedrel's suggestion of increments, or we'd call them increments in chess. I don't know if you want to call them something different, where like you get slightly more time every draft. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, but it's the best of 5s and double in bracket that's a total on the players, I think. Jack, I think that's what the question was about. Because they just play way more games. And much shorter. Like in Worlds, for example, if you get into playoffs, it's like 1 game, a best of 5 a week, a best of 5 a week. This is like boom, boom, boom. So it's much more draining. Although, of course, as we've heard, practice schedules can be more draining than a best of 5 a day.
It's going to be low damage here in the early game, but Faker hasn't completed his item either. Perhaps Tarzan feels that he's strong enough on this Olaf to just force the issue. Faker a little bit low on HP as Shanks found some nice trades. Vlandre pushing out that top wave as Doran is just reset. Both top lanes have TP available. If T1 is trying to buy time for Faker, I think he has gold towards first item. He's heading back to base now with that teleport, so they want to make sure that AL doesn't have an angle to start before Faker can get back here. And he is teleporting, there is that Blackfire Torch as expected.
Provide a huge amount of AoE damage here. AL going to start it out, and here comes the contest.
Both top laners have their TP. We'll see if they elect to join. Shanks has the ulti ready. Will he look for an angle? They want to make sure that AL doesn't have an angle to start before Faker can get back here. And he is teleporting, and there is that Blackfire Torch as expected.
Okay.
Huge amount of AoE damage here.
Second dragon. Previously, we've seen them hard trade this, but without the grubs, without a good wave state top, they're just going to wash, I guess. Okay, they just take the 1 pick. Oh, the miss. Still okay. Get that first kill, and then you start chasing people away. Doran is going to knock Shanks back. If he lives, though, carry really nicely zoning away the backline, by the way, there. Big. Yeah, I think it's really, really low based on people I know who scrimmed against LPL LCK teams, and some people were getting upset in our team that we were playing like the scrims with lots of kills. I think it's much more.
Massive momentum shift. We were talking about how tense that first fight was going to be. Tarzan felt so strong on the Olaf, but it's Gumayushi that picks up not 1, but 2 kills. The Yuntal's now completed. Gumayushi ahead in gold, and now this Jinx is going to be a real problem for anyone's legend.
This is exactly where they want their money. And let's take another look at it, because Kyle on the bottom side is going to start channeling the Poppy ult, but Owner over the wall, barely...
And it pulls him over the wall. They get that first kill, and the resets come in. And you can just play front to back, and your first kill is going to happen before enemy kills Skarner or Gragas. And then the rest of the fight, you just have the Jinx reset, and you're not losing fights if Jinx has got reset, basically. Obviously, that's not exactly true, but an easier way to think about it. If Tarzan can get ahead of the game, though, that's the prey, I think. They have to keep the pace of the game up. AL. First tower. So T1 need 2 objectives before AL get 1 to make sure they get the boots.
Both summoners ready as well. When he's got his cleanse and his flash available, T1 are incredibly dangerous.
Literally poke there from Faker onto Kyle, gets him someone low. Carry popping the ghost, looking for an angle. As the Ziggs ult does not connect just barely onto Faker. Guma though getting chipped down some. AL know they need to chip them down before they fully engage. Doran is on the side, but Guma has the covering fire. Look at Faker over the wall trying to threaten here. The Herald's getting quite low. Kyle looking for the knockout. Can he find it? No side step there. Looking at on the charge. And Guma gets...
Okay, we have to watch this. So, positioning on Herald. I can't see Jinx's items, but I think they now are saying, like, now it's ready enough for us to fight.
Doran is on the side, but Guma has the covering fire. Look at Faker over the wall trying to threaten here. The Herald's getting quite low. Kyle looking for the knockout. Can he find it? No.
Miss Poppy ult.
Going to be interrupted on the charge.
Guma gets excited. Shanks gets knocked in and then instantly knocked back. And they just run over the fight. I think, like I said, now I would expect this game to get mega one-sided.
16 minutes in, T1 wipe AL off the map.
AL hope nowhere to be found in this arena, Vedius. T1 just clean up the fight. Guma even getting the objective here.
The barrel onto Shanks, knocking him into the team. The pick in the tri-brush. Everything going the way
Yeah,
of T1.
this is...
Securing the two-person ultimate. A perfectly executed team fight puts them firmly in control of Game 5.
I mean, Doran with the heroics, body slam flash over the wall, catches Shanks, knocks him right into his carries. Shanks could do nothing. And you can see the excitement on the faces of the T1 staff. They are so far ahead in this pivotal.
This is such, like, the game state now is so hard. I'll have to pull something out of absolutely nowhere. Guma's already got, like, 2 items. And there's no, like, massive dragon threat or something. They're going to play for this next dragon. They just completely ignore top side. And then the fight's going to be the same. Like, the first person's going to die and Jinx is going to run over the fight. Yeah, exactly. Olaf needs to be ahead at this stage of the game. It's obviously still, like, it's not like the game's over, but not actually over. Like, Poppy means anything is still winnable. So now it's a 45. He's going to TP in. They get, yeah, they just, it's so hard, isn't it? So hard. It's not going to be enough for Atakan because it's too late to spawn. But I mean, this Alistar in this game, like, Alistar in Game 5, by the way, with this fucking broken. Getting Alistar this late in a series is a tragedy.
Continues to deliver these kills to Gumayushi. 7, 0, and 5 for the AD carry of T1.
Oh, Fear misses. Is he going to pick up a cheeky kill? Cheeky kill on the back end for anyone? No. I mean, it just gets worse and worse, by the way. When Guma gets 3 items, Jinx is just mega effect. I really like this because the way to play against this kind of composition, this kind of front-to-back composition, is to have loads of dive and ways to get onto Jinx, or to have loads of range. And so much of the dive is gone. If you run this comp in Game 1, nowadays, you probably lose. Back in the day, you might have won anyway. Or in LEC, maybe you win anyway. But nowadays, it's in Fearless 5, you've got no good support engage left. You've got no dive. You've got no, like, massive range or anything like that, really. That's, like, pickable based on the way the draft went. And so, like, you just... The Olaf is nice because you just have a way to win the game if Olaf can get fed. But if this game is even, then these fights are impossible. So, should, honestly... I don't know how. Like, they have to pull something wild out of nowhere. It has to be a Guma messing up and also getting hit by something, and also then...
They are headed that way right now, and Guma is leading them there. 100% kill participation from the Jinx.
TP comes through.
TP for carrier. And they can just force around this because it's still, like, you can just get good setup, and it doesn't matter that you've been tanking Atakan because you're still just, like, look at this. Tanks here. Carries here, owner's ready to go up that way. They just do the same thing. They come together, tanks here, carries here. Nice pick on the side. Nice damage from that pick. Faker's going to base and TP though, and then they just do the same thing again. And again, they can hit anyone because it doesn't matter. It's like the way you play, you have to find like the key engage on the key person at the key time with everyone exactly followed up. And the way the enemy team plays, this is if you're AL, is hit any, click anyone. They're going to run them down. They're going to get Atakan. Huge. So it's going to be another LCK off for the final. Yeah, it's just impossible. It's just that you needed such a lead for this to not just be a murder game. Really like this draft. I genuinely think Alistar first pick was the way. Because then they go Jinx and you go something else, or you even go Zig still, and you play Mega Range. But I think this TF is yeah, Gumayushi. I could play these fights, I think. Like he's just standing there, walking forward, A moving occasionally.
Nobody left alive. Carrier popped his ult. Him and Doran just constantly.
The LCK schedule is also a lot more intense than the LEC one.
Tarzan knows, Shanks knows, this could be the end for them. It's going to take a miracle, if not multiple, to be able to try to come back.
I like Ocean Soul doesn't matter. Like, obviously it's insanely good for T1, but if AL somehow end up with Ocean Soul, I still think they lose.
Tarzan has been spotted. Double TP here to try to cover AL. As their jungler spotted though, Tarzan is still hanging around. The rest of T1 members are down for the dragon. So AL trying to surprise here. Can they actually catch Faker?
Oh, it's not. Okay, it's Cloud Toll. Okay, Cloud Toll actually is more important because it can find you picks that you wouldn't otherwise get. So they just mega commit to the cross map. They're going to kill Faker, and I think it's not going to make much difference. They're going to pick up some objective bounties, I guess. And that's the combo that they want. They want Olaf on your face, and they want oh, he's fucking still going to die in a 2v5. Oh my god. This is still the best thing you can do as AL. Garrier is just... They just shepherd them. Owner's coming. I think they kill 2 more, maybe. Oh, he does die. Oh, the miss as well. They're a little bit for fun gaming. They're literally spamming dance and fighting absolutely unnecessarily, and it's like 2 for 2.
People lovingly say the T1 circus, and they are starting to have some fun here. Maybe a bit too much. Some shutdowns going back the way of AL.
And you can see the idea of AL's composition as well. Faker did get a double kill in that fight, but the idea was well executed as they caught him out on the top lane, the follow-up from the Zig ulti, and that's the type of poke that AL has available to them with this composition. It's true that if T1 don't show proper respect, there's a world in which they can concede one too many objectives. A single Baron could still flip this game on its head.
I don't think a Baron flips the game on the head, but but I can understand why you would want to say that.
For the carries, here we go. With the scuttle crab, they'll see all of the wars.
Tarzan could be in some trouble here. Doesn't want to use the ulti just yet, but he's in so much trouble now. Gonna pop and try to turn around here. Shanks coming in from the side.
The scuttle crab, they'll see all
So again, like, you can just go on the tank. You can just hit anyone. That's the advantage of front-to-back team fights.
Yeah, but he's in so much trouble now. Gonna pop and try to turn around here. Shanks coming in from the side with the red card. Flandre is rooted up, and Tarzan is down already. Doran now coming, and Flandra's gonna fall as well. Guma legendary again as Owner goes forward. He's looking for Kyle. Hope trying to lay down some.
What do you mean only a kill a minute? That's loads of kills. But there's loads of kills because AL need there to be loads of kills. And so, yeah, the kills are for T1, but like if they didn't try and make all these fights happen, they wouldn't have died loads. And if they didn't die, but if they didn't try and make the fights happen, they also would lose. Oh my god, Carrier. I think the TF is weird. With Alistar up, I think the TF is not good. And there's loads of tanks left, like you say. I think you go Alistar 1, or I don't think you can go Jinx 1. I don't think you should go Jinx 1.
And the Baron will be
But Alistar is just mega in this game. If Alistar's up and none of the other supports are up, I mean, even the fact that you've got Poppy is much better than it could have been. I mean, Jack, it's a stage game. Normally, you see 2 kills a minute in scrims and no kills in stage games, not a kill a minute. You could pick any other game and you'd have a better... you need to test limits in scrims. It takes 2 people on both sides. Or you don't need to. You do test limits in scrims. I've seen in scrims, by the way, I've seen someone have a Flame Horizon when they had 103 CS. Our Draven had 103 CS and the enemy Callista had 3 CS. Scrims can get wild.
You can hear the roar of the crowd supporting T1 as they break into the base. The ulti comes down.
Owner not able to connect there on the Impale, just barely. Andre does back up, but the wave clear. Not enough. Owner getting knocked out here. There's no real angle for engage from
It might have been 20. It might have been 120 for 20 or something like that. But it was ridiculous.
But that's another summoner down. That's another resource lost here for AL. And they're working with scraps already.
Gumayushi is monstrous.
Why does it show that? You keep saying the same thing and you never give a reason. Why do scrims have to be the exact same as competitive games? And how would that even be possible?
Gumayushi is monstrously strong.
T1 looking, posturing. The Nexus towers and the Nexus,
Okay.
all that remains between them and the finals. The tower is going down incredibly fast. Faker somewhat low. But AL, if they're going to make a stand, it's got to be now. Shank's going to pop the ulti here, but can't even find an angle.
They can get back to Faker, but the fear is perfectly timed. He gets some damage off. Kuma just is going to kill everyone again, as always. It's like they almost get Faker. He doesn't get his ult off. Kuma kills everyone. Big. Big. So, LCK final again. LCK versus LCK. Was there an interview? I managed to avoid it. How do I spell this? Faker, hello. Advice for EU. Advice for EU. Okay, wait. 1 second. I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll do this as well. Wait, what? Do block what? I'll look at that. I'll look at the comment quickly. I'd say you always want your practice to be close to what you expect to find a competition, or you will learn bad habits. But solo queue is far further away from competitive competition than scrims are. So does that mean people shouldn't play solo queue as well? And a drill in any other sport is far further away from competitive than scrims are from competitive, right? So I can see you say what's a banger. Okay.
Yeah, is this live? Yeah, it's live.
We're going to do another good Cagel interview.
All the
reaction.
chats here, they're saying hello.
Hello.
Chalice is Becker.
Yeah.
He was just on the desk. How was the desk? Was it fun?
Yeah, I mean,
Nervous?
I think, yeah, I was very nervous because usually I'm the one who like interprets or translates when Jason's not available.
Yeah.
I always, send players message.
Yeah.
But then the game 5, I was very hyped, and then a handler was asking, "You're doing, would you be down for the analyst?" Yeah, analyst asked, and I was like, "Okay, with whom?" And like, yourself. I was like,
Yourself. Is it your first time doing like a media thing?
interview
Like on a
live
broadcast?
interview? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably on stage at least. Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Hello. You can come around this way, and I'll give you the headset.
Okay.
Hello.
We'll do the
I don't know.
skipping.
I think you used Twitch before, but there's
translations.
lots of like emotes in chat where they're all spamming like hi.
트위치 이모지로 이렇게 인사하고 계신다고 합니다.
Twitch emojis. Hi. How you doing? Must be like super tiring back-to-back game 5s. Like, how's your energy after the last couple days?
뭐 그냥 이겼구나 생각 들고 내일 경기 어떻게 해야 될지 좀 그런 생각하고 있습니다.
So I calmly think we won, and I just gotta be prepared for tomorrow's match.
Yeah, I had just a couple questions of draft. Of course, I don't want you to leak anything, but I saw you went Aurora in game 3 instead of Victor, and you traded the other side of the matchup. Normally, you like to go Victor. Is there a reason why you went Aurora instead of Victor?
약간 좀 팀적으로 좀 저희가 교전에서 좀
Oh, he
유리하게
understood the
풀어나가고
question.
싶은 생각이 있었는데
It's a good question.
세트 같은 경우에는 좀 초중반에 좀 잘 안 된 것 같아요.
So I think team fight wise, Aura probably was a better pick at that time.
Yeah.
But in the early stage and the middle stage of game, in the game 3, I think it didn't really work out well.
And were you thinking about casting in game 5? Like the hover, were you thinking about it?
뭐 카사딘도 좀 생각하고 있었는데 좀 그때는 좀 선택이었던 것 같아요. 그냥.
I was thinking about it, but I think it was just a choice between. Yeah.
Your English is so good, it's crazy. Your English is so good. All the chat has like loads of random emotes. There's like emotes of
I
you
mean,
of, like,
I
Victor
think
and
by the
stuff
way,
like
the
that. Loads of
Cousin is
hearts.
nowhere near as good as away in
Do you
that
like
last game.
Vancouver? Are you enjoying it?
밴쿠버 저는 이제 오면서 집을 봤는데 집들이 이제 좀 되게 예쁘게 돼 있는 거 보고 좀 좋았고 근데 사실 뭐 밴쿠버라기보다는 저희가 지금 아직 호텔에만 계속 있기 때문에 밴쿠버는 아직 도착을 못한 것 같습니다.
So coming out of airport, I've seen a lot of the beautiful buildings, beautiful houses, so I definitely have a good impression.
Yeah.
But you know, it's more like me staying in the hotel.
You just
rather
stay in the
than,
hotel,
you know,
yeah.
in Vancouver. So
Yeah.
I think we're still on our way to Vancouver.
That is a
what was game
thing.
5
That
like?
is a thing that you have when you're going somewhere for work, right? Is that I've been to places like, well, actually, some of them I try and make an effort to actually see. But I've been to places like Barcelona and all this kind of thing, and it's like, but I haven't really been. I've seen the airport and a taxi and the event.
Focus. You're down 2-1, you win game 4. Is it just all draft talk? Like draft?
5경기 때 이제 좀 그 in the between of the game
Yeah.
4 and game 5.
Yeah.
4경기 5경기 사이에 그냥 픽밴.
It's a good question because,
어떤 얘기
like
거의
Reckless said, they were
이제
very much draft
밴픽
focused.
얘기만 저희가 아무래도 피어리스에서는 좀 시간이 부족하니까 밴픽 얘기만 많이 하는 것 같아요.
Mostly pick and bans because it's fearless draft and we don't have the much of time in between. So a lot of the pick and ban talks.
So already a very different approach, right? If Tabe is saying like he wants to only have like 15 minutes total in a whole meeting, and they're doing, you get 15 minutes in between games. So let's say they're
I
doing
had a
10 minutes of
question.
draft in
So at
between
this
each game.
tournament, There's TF, Renata, and Kalista, and they have like 0% win rate, but they're picked a lot. So I guess in scrims they're good. Why is it on stage you think these champs aren't winning?
You got
이제
nothing left for TF, I
대회에서는
think, later on.
당연히 이제 판수가 좁기 때문에 몇몇
think they wanted
챔피언은
TF and Jinx
뭐
themselves,
영코가
so it's good to know.
그런데 사실 이제 조합적으로 가면은 그게 좀 복잡하기 때문에 그런 통계적으로는 사실 그런 통계가 지금은 좀 크게 무의미하다고 생각하고 있습니다.
So going through competition, I think the statistics actually has a very small sample size. So and I think it's more a matter of the what kind of competition we have, etc. So I think it's hard to tell from just the the numbers given in this short international tournament.
I saw at the start of the day, before the first game, you were
That's true. I mean, there's so low, like there's so much
on stage really
randomness
low.
and
Everyone
stuff,
else
you know,
left.
like
Were you
it's
warming
not
up
just
your
the
mouse, or
7
were you
games.
section champions,
Also, the
or-
same thing is true that we should think about results. You lose 1 best of 5 or something and you're out, or 2 best of 5s, and then you can think very differently about your results.
just
But
getting
sample
used to the
size is still really short. Small.
뭐 그냥 5세트까지 하다 보니까 좀 최대한 좀 세팅을 좀 잘 하고 싶어서 좀 오래 있을 것 같아요.
So it was going to be a BO5 series, so I wanted to make sure that my setting is on point.
Yeah.
So I, spent a lot of times setting up.
I heard from my chat and fans that you played Hollow Knight. Is that true?
홀로 나이트.
Did you play Hollow Knight? The game? Steam game? No?
스팀 게임 홀로 나이트라고 하세요?
Okay, so my chat lied. There
yeah.
goes my question. Good job, chat. You lied. I had another question that was similar. You've had a really long career, right? What's your most favorite series you ever played? Like, what's the one where you look back and you think, damn, that was cool?
뭐 사실
Is it going to be the first Worlds
기억나는 건
one?
작년 월즈 5세트? 작년 월즈 시리즈 결승전 시리즈가 좀 기억에 남고 뭐 다 이제 굉장히 재미있는 경기들이
First OGM
많아서
one?
뭐 다 좋지만 또 역시 팬분들이 좋아해 주시는 게 가장 기억에 남는 것 같아요.
So on top of my head, probably the Worlds final last year.
Yeah.
I think I've had a lot of the fun and interesting series, but to me, what matters most is what the fans really like the most. So I'll probably go with the last year's Worlds final.
This is like LOL. It's like their emote. It's like
That
laugh
was
out loud.
insane,
This is when
actually. That was such an insane series.
they're laughing at something, so they all spammed LOL about the Hollow Knight thing, just in case you're wondering what this chat's spamming.
아 그냥 이제 홀로나이트 관련 질문에 대해가지고 이제 다들 웃고 계신 이모지.
What was your reaction when Doran died to Krugs in the game?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
네, 로트 MSI 때 도란 선수 돌고봉한테 죽었을 때 좀
돌거북이한테 죽기 전에도 타워한테 풀피였는데 다 맞고 죽은 것도 있어가지고 조금 충격을 받긴 했는데 이제 좀 그래도 이번 MSI에서 잘 해주니까 봐주겠습니다.
So I was a little shocked, even before there was a time when he got tower dive and then he just got killed by tower with a 100% HP.
Yeah.
So I was shocked back then, but during this MSI he's been great. So I'll
He's been really good.
Yeah. I'll just let him be.
That's such a
question
good
to
answer,
everyone.
political
Europe,
answer.
Last placed MSI, both teams were the first teams out. Do you have any feedback or any opinions about Europe
love
in
that he
general
keeps asking this
scrimming this
question.
tournament? Because our region is like
Help us,
dying
Faker.
and declining, and everyone's worried.
사실 뭐 이제 어떤 지역이든 또 선수풀이 항상 일정할 수는 없기 때문에 어쩔 땐 또 잘하고 어쩔 땐 못하고 그런 시기가 있는 것 같고 LCK도 그렇고 LPL도 그렇고 잘하는 시기도 있고 못하는 시기도 있기 때문에 그런 것들은 뭐 시간이 지나면 괜찮아질 거라고 생각합니다.
So I think every region has cannot have a stable or consistent player pool. So even LPL and LCK had their down eras and etc. So I think time will heal.
Time will heal things.
Yeah.
Okay, got two more
Again, good political answer. That's true, though. I mean, there are some people like new generation of talents coming up with like Kalista Valadi and those kind of things with a bit more experience. Maybe they can bring the performance back because we're still playing with the same people who were really good a long time ago. And while there's some people like Faker who've been around, or even Chovy now because he was just started so young, it's also true that the rest of the rosters have been filling up with new people that we haven't so much seen.
Number one is who do you think is the toughest mid to the tournament so far for you to play against?
뭐 지금까지는 그래도 저는 제가 제일 잘한다고 생각했는데 최근 며칠간은 좀 경기력이 그렇게 좋진 않았는데 그래도 내일은 좀 좋은 경기력이 있지 않을까.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about everyone. I'm just talking about like exceptions, right? And also Caps won MSI and came second at Worlds twice, so that would be an okay performance. I don't think we should be expecting to win, but just better than we are.
Until the past few days, I thought I was the best player, but for the past couple games I wasn't on my 100%. So I look forward to back in form tomorrow.
Is there a reason why you weren't 100%?
이유가 있을까요? 좀 컨디션
그냥 느낌
just
딱
my
봤을 때
just my feeling, just my
happens?
intuition. Yeah.
Okay, final question. Poby's coming to Fnatic in Europe. What are your thoughts on Poby as a player? Is he gonna pop off in Europe?
포비가 푸나티에 간다는 썰이 있는데
오피셜이에요?
Rumor. If he
Rumor?
was to join Fnatic as a rumor,
Okay.
is he a strong player?
푸나틱에 가면은 그래도 좀 잘하지 않을까 싶고 또 포비
He's going to say yes, by the way. Before he's going to say he's great.
플레이를 해줬을
His
때
Faker's not going to say no,
많이
he's
이제,
shit.
좀 알려주기도 하고 했었는데 뭐 푸나틱 가서 잘하면은 좋을 것 같아요.
So based on rumors, if Poby does goes to Fnatic, I think he'll play well.
Yeah.
And back in the days when he played for me, I tried to taught him a lot of things, and I think he can carry those playing in Fnatic. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Great. Thank you for the interview, man. I appreciate it. The chat is sending all their love. Do you have anything in English to say to the chat? Say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for the interview. Chat spam W's. and,
Okay. I mean, again, it's so cool that we have these interviews. Maybe I'll at some point answer this question myself and make a full video on it. For me, I mean, I said it on Twitter, but the main thing I think that we need in EU that we don't have is people who can genuinely think about the long term of performance of the region. So I think this is true. I will check it, but there's that story of IG getting the Shy to come over, right, when he was like 13 or 14, and knowing that when he's old enough to play, they want him to play. And that already sounds really impressive, and there's no chance anything like that would happen in EU. Someone's thinking like 3 or 4 years in the future. But actually, when you think about when that happened, that means that literally happened like the first year of the LCS, like 2013. So they've been thinking about the long term for ages, and we still can't get over like 1 year. And when I see people who have been like involved in the scene saying the coaches should be in charge of the long term performance of a project, and the coach has got a 1 year contract, that makes me sad. That makes me think that we're not we're doomed, but like this kind of thinking needs to change, because if you've got a 1 year contract as a coach, whether it's on like an academy team or an LEC team or whatever, your only job is to do as best as possible in summer, because you need to be in the best possible spot to find a new team. And you can say, right, it's a 1 year contract, but we're probably going to talk with you afterwards. But people know that that's not true. So there needs to be people who can actually think about the long term and think, okay, let's gradually build up some good processes, rather than every year or every 2 years we have a new coach who starts again from scratch, gradually works out how the system in our organization works, gradually puts some things in that might be useful, and then they don't do particularly well, and then we get new things and we start again. And so that's where I think you're seeing the 3 teams who've done the best this split are the teams who don't do that. Like you've got Tivot, Koi, you've got Khama at G2 now, and you've got Clement and Raya and stuff at KC who've been a bit more consistent and actually can start to think about the longer term. So for me, I think most orgs need this role, and they don't actually have it at all. They have GMs who are doing the business side of things, or they have a head coach who is desperately trying to do that role and sometimes just being ignored, and sometimes just the org is doing still the other thing. So yeah. That's it for me. I mean, I think even if we're talking about, I'm not talking about 2 years. When I say long term, I'm talking about like 5. And coaches, even if they had a 5-year contract, can't think about 5 years, because no one believes a 5-year contract is actually going to last. And so you need someone who's more like an employee almost, who's like a head of a project, like an actual head of a project. And that is, I think, the area that we're really missing in EU.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks so
I'll
much.
just mute your mics, and then we can just pass them over.
Okay. That's going to be it for me today. Well, let me just read some of the chat. If coach had a 2-year plan, do you think they would have 2 year plus years? Do you think they have a valid plan, or do the same thing they tried in year 1 with some changes? I mean, coaches with 2-year plans do that kind of thing. It's like, okay, the goal in first year is to do this, and then like you've heard Peter Dunn talk about it, but it's just really, really like basic, and it has to be, because they also, if they do terribly in year 1, they know that just because they got a 2-year contract doesn't mean they're not going to just get replaced. And the point is that like most teams don't have a good scouting process. Most teams don't have good onboarding processes. Most teams don't have good interview processes. And to make those, if you're going to be there for 2 years, you're probably going to have 1 or 2 very important interview periods. If you're a coach, right? At the end of the first year, maybe you're going to have 1, the beginning of the first year and the end of the first year. You're going to have 2 very important interview processes. And so taking the time to build up exactly how this is done, exactly what we're looking for, what even is a player for our org. There's this famous thing that Popovich has with all their scouts for the Spurs, where they have a bottom, another tick box, is not a Spur. And if that gets ticked, doesn't matter what the rest of the sheet says, they don't play. And okay, you can argue whether that's a good idea or not, but the point is, most orgs don't even know what a player, whatever their like ex-player, like what is a Fnatic player, what is a XL player, like what is a Giant X player, like no idea. I don't think they have any idea. I don't think they've ever thought about it, and there's no incentive to think about it. There's no incentive to think about like proper scouting processes, proper onboarding processes, proper coaching processes even, to be honest, because it's just so intense by the time you start. And in the off season, you're probably worried about where you're going next. So, yeah, it's because we're all trapped in this short-term thinking that we're just going to relatively get further and further behind. And I think having people in the organization, or a person in the organization who can actually be genuinely in charge of the whole project for multiple years, is the game changer. And it will take time, but it needs to be done. But I mean, I see people, one of the complaints that I saw on Twitter as well was that no one has the money for this, but orgs waste so much money. We're in situations where there are teams with like 3 or more coaches, multiple, like 1 or multiple sports psych, multiple analysts, multiple staff for like operations, and they don't have anyone who's there to like actually run this thing. Like, you can't tell me they don't have the budget for it. Like, that is the argument that orgs make. We can't employ someone to be like our head of LOL or head of performance or something, because the person we have doing that is doing like 90% other things, because those are other things. I think it's great to have loads of coaches, but the fact that you don't have you get that before you get other things, it means it's not to do with budget. It's just people are scared of doing it a little bit differently. And if you want to make it make more sense in terms of budget, then have your head coach as someone who's more like a line manager and more like this kind of role, and make sure that they know they're there for a long, long time. Or they know very clearly, this is how we're going to evaluate performance, not how many games we win. We're going to do it on this, this, and this. And there'll be a coach who's more responsible for the game, and there'll be a coach who's more responsible for the draft. And that's what they do in Korea, right? Like, Tom is not the head coach of T1, I think. I might be wrong. It's still Coma, right? But he's the one on stage. He's the one doing the draft. So they have this role as a head coach. The guy with the player with the experience and knowledge of the game is doing the gameplay stuff. And the guy who is a StarCraft pro and knowledge of performance is doing the other stuff. So anyway, that's my rant over. I'll make a full video about it some other time. But yeah, I'll be here tomorrow to do the final. But other than that, that's it for today. So I will see you guys tomorrow.